When it says you're live.
I know. There's one guy out there that hates it when I do this. He said, can't you get it set up before you go live? Well, the answer is no.
Hey, yeah.
I wasn't sure we was going to get here on time. True Green was out here spraying our yard for mole crickets. He says it looks like this year is going to be pretty bad for the mole crickets.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
had them once before, and I don't know what they done. They sprayed, I guess, took care of them, and here we are 5 or 6 years later, and we got mole crickets again.
Yeah, and he said the reason it's so bad this year is because we didn't have a deep freeze this year, and we didn't. We had some cold weather, but we didn't have a deep freeze that would kill them. And,
you know, when we first moved here, I had this dead spot out in the front yard, and it kept getting bigger as weeks went by. It started out like this big around, and then it kept going like that. Very slowly, it kept getting bigger and bigger. We thought it was watering. Look at there. There's a crane.
Is that the single one?
She got her babies here. I don't know. I just saw her running across the yard.
Well, that one that was here, it used to be mom and dad and one little baby.
I haven't seen the babies.
Well, I said it's grown up and it's on its own.
No, but the babies this year has hatched. I know they have, because our neighborhood watch guy says he saw them over there. He says she's got 2 this year.
Yeah. But like I said, the one that was with them last year, it's on its own now, and it's just wandering around. I've never seen them be like that for very long.
Yeah. They always stay a year.
Yeah.
Then she kicks them out.
William says mole crickets taste like chicken.
Yeah. You know, we first moved down here, and I forget who it was. It might have been, I don't even know who it was. Anybody looked at it and he goes, looks like you got mole crickets. I thought he was messing with a Yankee. You know, this Yankee will believe anything, kind of like up north when we tell people that you're low on your blinker fluid.
Yeah.
That's why your turn signals don't work, you know. And oh yeah, whatever, you know. So we go to Lowe's, and I tell the guy at Lowe's what's going on, and he goes, well, he said, if you had your yard treated for cinch bug, mole crickets, he mentioned a bunch of other stuff, but he hit that mole cricket. I said, mole crickets. I said, is there really such a thing as mole crickets? He said, oh, absolutely. Down here, he said, they can kill your yard. So he goes and gets me a bag of this stuff, and right on the bag, yep, there it was, mole crickets. Now, I wasn't even sure what a mole cricket looked like.
Yeah, but there was a picture of one on the bag.
No, we went out and had ice cream.
Yeah.
Up there at that orange when they first opened up. We were sitting outside eating ice cream, and these bugs were flying through the lights and banging on the lights and falling to the ground, and I picked one of them up and looked at it, and I thought, this is the ugliest damn bug I ever seen. I mean, it's just weird looking.
Yeah.
The guy said, yeah, that's a mole cricket.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Rizzo says hello from a living room full of bedroom furniture. They're getting their new floor put in today. Good, good, good.
Uh-oh, what's that?
It's you. Kevin K says hello from the warm fort. High of 80 today. Wow. Well, enjoy that. It's gonna be. He says 75 now. Well, that's good weather for. Well, this is the 1st of May, isn't it? Well, it's still pretty good weather. 80. No. Hey, Tammy. KM says, hello, friends. I'll be listening as I will be driving from MCO back to Port St. Lucie. I dropped my daughter off. She was visiting for a week. Have a great day, all. Well, be careful, KM. Get home safe. Hey, Joan. Oh, the bed is no longer available. Thank you, Phil, for letting us know. He had a bed that he was giving away.
You is not a Patreon member. You're missing out on a lot of. Wait a minute. I dropped my microphone. We'll put it back on.
Because you didn't have it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, if you're not a Patreon member, you're missing out on some things. Because you get that free Discord, and then when you get on Discord, some of our Patreon members are posting pictures of stuff on Discord of free stuff they give away. One of them was Phil B. He's giving away a bedroom suit, nice looking bedroom suit, I thought.
Yeah.
It's all white, but and mattress and all. He said that was the only thing. He said if you want the bed, you got to take the mattress. The mattress is new. The reason why is he moved his father in his house. His dad had his own specific mattress, and so this is all.
He went and got his own stuff. Yeah.
This has all got to go.
Yeah.
And he said you got to haul it away. And I'm just thinking, you know, people that move in here, you know, this is all critical stuff. I mean, you got 3 bedrooms, you got no furniture, and you're just looking to fill the house up, and instead of going to some of the secondhand stores and things like that to get a lot of this stuff, which we did, there was a free one right there from one of our own Patreon members.
Yeah. Hey, Joy. Yes, it's going to be a beautiful day. Janet. Hey, Janet. Yeah, we had a good time at Sakura. It's a great place. I really like it. Don't go there that often, and especially the tables. I love to watch them on those tables. And there were several groups in there besides us, and so you got to watch them do their thing with the tables and all several different times. But yeah, we had a good time. Good food. I like it there. In the next one I haven't decided yet, but I think we'll be going to Ski Beach, which is in Leesburg. Amy V13, hello Skip and Sue. Amy V13, hello. Wrestler says 81 in central Pennsylvania. Wow, you're getting good weather too. It's supposed to be 89 to 90 here today. Right now it's very pleasant. I mean it's warm, but there's a little bit of a breeze, but very, very pleasant. And oh, hi from Patrick and Melanie. Well, hi guys. Ann Welter says, hello, Skip and Sue. We are 54 degrees up here with partly cloudy skies and hoping to mow sprinkler. Guy will here now and have to pay my real estate taxes in the afternoon. Busy day. Oh, well, don't feel good about your taxes, but I said, hopefully.
Taxes.
Real estate taxes.
I get so sick of taxes. You know, I understand in order for our country to work, we have to pay taxes and all that kind of stuff. But I got to tell you, it's just tax upon tax. And they just sit up there. It seems like all they do in Congress anymore is they sit and bitch about each other, who we're going to fire. I mean, what are we hiring these people for? And then the second thing they do is, what are we going to do about raising taxes? That's all you ever hear, a new tax, this tax.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting for the golf courses to come up with what they're going to call a green fee tax. What kind of weird tax do they have in Indiana when they started building that stadium? And they put it only on the restaurants inside of Marion County where the stadium was going to be. It was a food tax of some kind to help pay for the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't just the county that it was in. It was several counties surrounding the area that was paying that tax. Bill 6733 says, hi, Sue and Skip from Ohio. Well, hi, guys. I said, you must be having some pretty good weather, too. If it's 80 in Indiana, I know you guys are probably not far behind.
80 in Indiana is good John Deere season. Yeah, farmers be hitting them fields. And they'll start getting them tilled up a little bit to start planting their early stuff, like early corn, early beans. What's the first thing you combine? Beans. They'll be planting beans first.
Mm-hmm. Wrestler says, welcome, my business consultant from Canada. Well, welcome. Well, I said, we're just sitting here on the porch. Janet, I don't think you have to worry about that. And I said, Judy's not in a big hurry to find a man.
Who?
Judy. She's kind of...
she don't want no man. She's like the rest of women here. She's had enough of men.
You know, I can totally relate. Yeah.
I won't mind going out and have dinner with one, being friends with one, going to the movies with one, but I'm not having one living with me and telling me how to run my house. I'm done with that. Yes. That's how it is around here.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome, Bill. Yeah. Like I said, we don't do much here, Bill, and we just sit on the porch and yak. People ask us questions about the villages, and we answer them if we can. If we can't, we ask some of our stalwart subscribers, like Wrestler and Jerry Bell. And I think Jerry Bell must be on the road. Isn't he on his way here?
He's rented a place down here for the month of May.
Well, this is May 1st, so...
Yeah, I think he's coming from Ohio. like around, I want to say, kind of the Columbus, Ohio area. So yeah, he ought to be heading down here, or maybe he's already here somewhere.
Well, I said the last picture on Discord showed him the highway with a couple of UPS trucks, so I figure he's on his way.
Oh, okay. Well, he's making a stop. I know that. He's stopping like in South Carolina, I want to say, or maybe North Carolina. He's going to spend the night there.
Yeah.
I think he's bringing the pooch. So it's his wife, him, and the dog.
Oh, cool.
And then he's going to be here the next day, which is probably tomorrow sometime. And then I think Phil B. has decided that we're all going to meet sometime over at Catfish Johnny's for dinner or lunch or whatever. And I'm going to go with that because what's Catfish Johnny's got that? It's not Boom Boom Shrimp. They call it something else. Or Bang Bang Shrimp. What do they call it over there?
I mean, I think they call it Boom Boom Shrimp, but
Bang Bang Shrimp's at the other place, and so they call it Boom Boom Shrimp.
yeah,
there.
I don't know, but some version of that. Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah,
but
and
it's
really
only
good.
an appetizer. But I swear to God, I could make it a dinner.
Yeah, it's a lot. Phil says that he will have a 3-wheeler electric trike available in a week or two. Rarely used, will get posted on the Patreon Discord when it's available. There you go.
Electric trike?
That's what he says, a 3-wheeler.
Wow.
3-wheeler.
That's what Judy's got. She takes it everywhere.
Yeah, because she doesn't have a cart yet.
I don't think she wants a cart. I think she likes taking that 3-wheeled trike everywhere.
Yeah, I would too.
Who cares, right?
I can't ride a regular bicycle anymore, so, but yeah.
I wonder, just out of curiosity, I think I know the answer, but I'm not real sure. If the speed limit in a golf cart lane is roughly 20 miles per hour, I mean, that's what the law says, right? Actually, it's not 20, it's 19.9 or something, but who cares? 20 miles an hour. Is that, if you're in a golf cart lane with a bicycle, is the speed limit still 20 miles an hour?
It is, yeah, it is the same. That's the highest.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, is the speed limit 20 miles an hour?
Yes.
So if you're an electric bike that'll go faster than that, which a lot of them do, they'll go 30. So the speed limit, you can get a speeding ticket?
Yeah, somebody catches you. But I read about that because I wondered why they were allowed on the walking trail, because electric bikes are allowed on the walking trail.
They are?
Yes.
That don't make sense.
Well, that one down there by Edna's, I asked about that one, and because it's a walking trail only, but the electric bikes are allowed there because Judy goes down and rides hers down there.
Well, that don't make sense to have a walking trail and say an electric bike can be on it.
Well, but like I said, it's got a speed limit.
Hey, I don't make the rules here. I just criticize them.
Ann Welter says, my brother is a farmer and has a quarter of his crop in already. Plenty of rain here in Minnesota, but better wet than dry.
I'm telling you,
Yep.
I know a lot of guys. I used to work with a guy that had several thousand acres, and he was always wanting me to come and help him to no-till, to stuff. And he would push the limit, and he'd get out there, but my grandfather was a big advocate for the Farmer's Almanac. And whatever it said the last day was for a frost, a hard frost, he would not plant a crop until we got to that day. And usually it's in May, like May 11th, May 10th, May 15th, it varies.
Yeah.
So if they're planting early now, there's a slight chance that if the Farmer's Almanac is correct about the last hard frost, if that stuff comes up within an inch or so on top of the ground, he may have to replant it.
Yeah, I remember, I always waited till Mother's Day, because I think this almanac says May 4th, but I always waited till Mother's Day to plant my tomatoes. And I remember one year my son and I were in a race to see who can get the tomatoes first. He planted his earlier. He planted his like the last week of April or what have you, and we got a frost, and he lost all his tomatoes. So I won that round.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why they're putting early. The farmers are turning into corporations anymore. They got 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 acres to plant. So if they can get started early, that means they can get their crops in earlier, because somewhere in that planting season are going to be rain days. You're not going to be able to do anything and this kind of stuff. So I understand what they're trying to do, but it's always iffy. It's just iffy.
Mr. Rizzo says, I got an estimate for a screen for the garage. They charge a 2.5% convenience charge for using a credit card. How convenient.
I know.
Yes, a lot of places are nowadays.
I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah, I think, that's their problem. If they're going to use let people use credit cards in their businesses, I think they should suck up that money. But I don't make those rules.
They did it to me when I bought that new air conditioner for the RV, and I didn't know anything about that. Here's what it was. There's a company. I found this out at that store that I bought the air conditioner anyway. There's a company out there that'll come in and set you up to accept credit cards. They just do that. Kind of like a company will come and set your house up for Wi-Fi, and you got to pay for it. So what they do is they say, it won't cost you anything, Mr. Business Owner, because we're going to put it in the machine that it will charge a 2.5%, 3.5%, whatever percent they want to put on there as a convenient charge to pay for our services here that you won't have to pay for, Mr. Business Owner. And that's what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry says he's on the road and be here for dinner. Well, be careful.
Not
Hurry.
today.
He is. Says he's on the road and he'll be there for dinner.
Today?
Evidently.
Well, I'm not going to take his word for it because I'm not going to sit here and starve myself hoping that Jerry shows up in time for dinner.
He just said he'd be here for dinner. He didn't say we were going to dinner.
Oh no, I'm going to say okay. I'm not meeting Jerry today. I'm going to make sure I'm going to eat. I might eat one of my favorite TV dinners in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't asked Sue yet. She's going to taste them with me. We're going to take a TV dinner out, and then we're going to give each one of our opinions about it. Because these TV dinners, I used to eat them on the road all the time when I was in a semi-truck. I did. So.
Yeah. And used to, TV dinners was a big deal. Our generation, we were raised on TV dinners, but they're not the way they are anymore.
My mind just says, with the way things are nowadays, I got a feeling that the TV dinners aren't the highest quality that they used to be.
Well, yeah, I used to be able to find the box of Banquet fried chicken in the freezer section in the grocery stores. And it did taste just like the chicken that used to come out of the TV dinners. I haven't been able to find it here lately. So,
well, I'm just going to like the mashed potatoes. Used to be, I know they're instant, but they used to be fairly decent. The vegetables were fairly decent. And I remember the TV dinners came in a metal tray, not a cardboard piece of crap.
That was before microwaving.
Yeah, well, yeah, you put it in the oven. And I used to put a little piece of butter on top of the corn, on top of the mashed potatoes, and then put it in there. And when it came out, it was fair. Not great, it was fair.
Well, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I did find the TV dinner that had the chicken with the bone in. It has a leg and a thigh, and it has the bone in, but it only comes with mashed potatoes. There's no vegetables.
It's okay. I don't care.
Well, yeah, but
the main thing I wanted to test it was just compare. What I wanted to get was like 5 TV dinners of the same thing, different brand names: Martha, Calendars, and Banquet, and Big Man's, and whatever, and then rate which one is the best out of all of them.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, but I couldn't find any with bone in anywhere else.
So what we'll do is we'll just rate them to homemade cooking compared to TV dinners when I was 22.
My home cooking.
Anyway, I mean.
And you don't like my cooking.
My favorite chicken is Kentucky Fried. Well, not the one here. I swear to God, the one here is awful, terrible. Worst Kentucky Fried Chicken I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
But truthfully, the crunchy Kentucky Fried Chicken, if it's done fresh, it ain't too bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't had Popeyes for a long time. Is there a Popeyes around here?
I think out by the interstate there's one.
That's a long way to go.
Yeah, that's what I said. I haven't been there, but I think there's
That's
a
like
Popeyes
5 miles to get chicken. By the time you get back here,
Are you kidding?
By the
How
time
far do you think it is to 466?
by the time you get back here, it's half cold. It's just like pizza. I never go get pizza because by the time you get back here, it's all.
Like I said, how far do you think it is to 466?
I don't know, 10 minutes.
I mean, you're talking miles to get out there. It's farther than 5 miles to get to 466. So, okay. Janet Black says she asked if they do a 10% discount to save money for cash. Yeah, that's something that like Rizzo said, they charge the 2.5 if you use the card, but she asked if she can get a 10% discount
Oh, hell no.
for cash.
Nobody gives you a discount around here for nothing.
Well, they do if you ask. If you ask for a senior discount, Usually everybody here does. They even have village discounts in a
Yeah,
lot of
but
these.
you have to ask.
But you
They
gotta
will
ask.
not advertise it.
Yeah, they
We've-
won't
We've done
advertise.
video on that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I like getting my shrimp and noodles at Panda. And at Panda, they give you a discount, but you have to show them your resident ID. But here's the secret. If me and Sue both go up there and buy something, we're going to eat it there, let's say, and I give them my resident card, they'll give me a 10%, I think it's 10%, a 10% discount on one.
We're just trying by to say hello.
Oh, hello.
Who are you?
How you doing?
Come up here. Come up here. Somebody come to say hello.
How you guys doing?
Good, good. How about you?
Say hello to the moment. Skip, you saw your wife a while back?
Yes,
On a quick visit?
back in August.
I know you guys are busy.
We're doing porch sitting right now.
Should we just stay over here?
No, you can come right sit here, right? And we're here in the chair.
Move the chairs wherever you want them. Let me move
We're
this
stopping in for a minute to say hello.
Oh, that's okay. We want everybody to see who stopped to say hello.
You know what's funny?
I see everybody.
Hello.
How are you?
We're fans of Skip and Sue, and we just in the
we're
neighborhood. We're visiting.
Yes, again.
Our 4th time.
Ah,
It's funny, Skip. We did 2 lifestyle visits. We did a house rental, and now we're here at the Brownwood Hotel for 4 nights. We could do the week rental. We figured out it was too much again, so we're here for a quick visit. And last 2 times, the lifestyle visit comes with a cart. A little beat up, at least it's a cart. And then the rental had a cart. It was the first time we had to rent a cart, so I went down to a place in the Villages. And you know, I know from the flood one, there's a truck, the governor on the truck to adjust the speed. So I don't know if there's a speed adjustment on this thing. I just got into half a road rage because it's so slow.
yeah,
Like when you're on
yeah.
the trail, it's not bad. But when you're driving out on the road that you're allowed to drive on,
Oh,
I'm telling you, I've been in here a couple of days. This guy just now, he's like right on my bumper. He's tailgating me. I'm like, dude, just go around me. You know what I mean?
exactly. There's nothing I
And
can do.
when I rented the car, the guy said to me, you know, you have
Don't
to
adjust
sign
it.
off that you're not adjusting the speed. Now, I know I'm not saying I want to speed. I think the top speed is, what, 20 or 22 miles per hour?
Roughly
Whatever
20,
it is,
yeah.
Roughly, yes.
Well, they got it set at about 13.
I was going to say about 13 to 15.
Yeah.
That's
the problem
norm
with
for
it.
Yes.
rentals,
And,
yeah.
We're getting tailgated.
yes. So, you know, being from New York, we're kind of used to road rage. So, but not in a golf cart.
Yeah.
I know.
So it was funny. So I'm like, just beeping a horn, and yelling at the guy, and he's whatever, and he's right on my bumper, and he's, you know, you can tell he's agitated. And a couple of people drove by, and they're looking at me, and I'm like, sorry, but it's just a rental.
Just go around.
You know what I mean? It's not me. It's, you know, look at the number in the cart. You kind of know it's a rental. So anyhow, nice
You know,
to meet guys.
apparently these people that have road rage,
Yes.
I'll throw something in here, are new also.
Yes.
Because you're an obvious cart rental. There's a way you can tell just by
Exactly.
looking at it.
Exactly.
You don't have hubcaps.
Oh, is that it? That's
Oh,
a good
wow,
point.
that's a good point.
You know what?
See, every cart's got hubcaps, but the
yeah.
rentals, they take them off because they get stolen.
Oh,
my
good
gosh.
point.
What
Good
people
point.
do.
So if they've been here at any length of time, they could look at it and go, it's a rental. And
Exactly.
they wouldn't say anything
No, they
because
would
what
not.
they would know, like I know, there's nothing you can
Exactly.
do about it.
Exactly.
That's just the way they are.
That's a good point. Now I know.
Okay,
Because
that's
then in the
amazing.
front there's a number that matches
Right.
the key.
Right.
But when they're following you, they don't see that number.
Exactly. And Skip, if I learn nothing else, and you know, we love you guys
Go
in the
ahead,
villages, I'll always remember every time I get out of the cart,
Yeah.
do not leave the key in the cart.
Yes.
Do
Well, unless you
not-
can see it. If you can see it,
Exactly.
you're kind of
The key in the
okay.
cart. Yeah, I'm okay
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But it's funny because every time, you know, the few times we had the car and been visiting, it's always been, Skip says, do not leave the key in the
Yep,
car.
we hear
And
you.
you know what? And the guy said, yes, and I rented the car. I was joking because, you know, you guys are pretty well known. And I was joking to the guy. I said, if I learn nothing else, take the key out of the cart. Because if you call the car company and say, hey, wait a minute, my cart was stolen. Well, they're going to say to you, well, where's the key? Then they say, well, I left the key in the cart. Then they'll probably be like, well, you owe us $16,000.
I'm not sure exactly because I think the most of the golf carts from the village store is all insured in some way or
Yes,
another for in
okay,
case there's a
okay.
wreck or whatever. I don't know. I've never heard of anybody actually having a claim like that.
Yes.
But I say that because, well, the streets are open to the public, and you've
Exactly.
seen some of the
Exactly.
weird people, and they stand out like a
Exactly.
sore thumb
Some of them,
sometimes.
yes.
You
Yeah.
But
know.
I'll say one thing, and to you guys, and my wife and I know, and I guess to people out there, I would say 90% of the people here are very friendly.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Nice people. I feel comfortable here. But no matter where you live, there's always going to be a few.
There's going to be a few
Nobody's
ringers no matter
perfect,
where
you
you
know what I
live.
mean?
Yeah.
If you have 100 people, not 100 can be perfect. Not like us, of course.
Yeah. Not everybody can be
No.
as perfect as me.
Exactly. But today is a beautiful day. It's not too hot. It's a little warm, but
Yeah.
I'll
it's
take it.
Florida. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be warm.
Last
Yeah.
Friday, before we left on Monday, we came here on Monday. Friday morning, it was 39 degrees when we got up. I said, remind me next week when I'm sitting in 80s that it's 39 now.
39
I'm
degrees.
What part of New York are you
We're in
from?
Long Island.
Where?
Freeport, Long Island.
Oh, my
Oh,
neighbor
tell
back here is
everybody
from
what your name is.
Long. What is that all about? Long Island.
Oh, yeah, well, the pronunciation.
People
Yeah.
say we have an accent.
Yes, I don't think I have an accent at all. But when I come down here, or even of course down south, or you guys from the Midwest,
Yeah.
I can't really pick it up too much. But
Sometimes
Carol
I can hear it.
None of
I
us
know
do.
exactly where you're from, right? For the most
Sometimes
part.
I can hear it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not from that area,
Well, that's why I always
Yeah.
tease you. I'm always teasing you.
yeah.
Long
Actually,
Island.
I don't hear my
Because
accent
people-
either, but I know I got one.
Oh
People
yes.
People here in New York, and they first right away gravitate towards the city.
Yeah.
Not the city.
No,
Nope.
no,
I don't want to. And then there's
No.
also
Yeah.
upstate. Now, upstate is a totally different vibe. It's a totally different. It's more laid back. It's like Pennsylvania.
It's like the mountains.
It's
and-
very. It's to me, it's quieter.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
yes.
So to me, there's like distinct areas. So when I
Yes,
tell people, I say, I'm
yes.
from Long Island. I'm not from New York City. Don't get me wrong. I'm from New York. I'm from Long
That's why
Island.
we
That's
always
it.
laugh when you do the news, right?
Yes, and you say native.
I'm always
I
picking
chuckle.
on New York.
like-
I
Yeah,
always
native
chuckle.
New
I have a
Yorker.
counter in my head. I'm listening to your news and I'm listening. And I go,
Oh my gosh.
you didn't say native New Yorker. Yay!
I know. We
And I'm
feel
like, oh
good.
darn. He
Oh,
said
I get,
that.
I
He
get
said
so,
it
I get
3
so
times.
much hate mail about that. Saying, your subscribers would be a lot more if you quit picking on New York people all the time. I said, I pick on New York because I love New York people.
My thing is with that,
Exactly.
I'm always like, really, people?
And we know so many people now from, I mean, we didn't before, but we do
Yes.
now. We know a
You
lot
guys
of
know
people
people
from
from all
New
over the
York.
States.
Yeah.
We met a couple from Queens. I think it was Queens. And she was telling us, she said, let me tell you an interesting fact about Queens that maybe you don't know. I said, yeah. She said over 60 languages are spoken
sure.
in Queens.
Wow.
That just boggled my mind.
I believe it. I
yes,
believe it.
yes.
Because
How do you know where to go shop?
It's such a mixed
Exactly,
bag. There's different
exactly.
neighborhoods, and it's such a mixed bag too.
Yes. We have enough trouble in English. No matter worry about 60 different languages.
Thank you.
But it's beautiful down here. It's hard for us, and I'm sure a lot of people that travel leave out of state. We have one son. He's 32 now. We're waiting for the grandchildren. And a lot of people say, well, if you're down here and your grandchild's up, 1,200 miles away, are you going to be happy with that? And seeing your child on FaceTime, your grandchild, I should say. But Carol and I are both on the other side. It's like, well, he's 32, not old, but kind of like, well, you guys are married almost 3 years.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, time to have a grandkid. And when they got married, there was 4 weddings we went to, including theirs.
Including theirs that year.
And we made a bet of like who's going to be first. Like, you're going to be first. Who's going to have a kid first. So right away, all of us.
We have a bet similar like that in our neighborhood. Who's going to die next?
Oh, the death pool.
I'm just
Used to
joking.
talk about it at work.
Well, it's funny because we looked at houses one time, and we're all going to live to 100, of course, just to
Yeah.
annoy our family and friends. So we dealt with Jim Francis when we first started. I love
Okay.
him, and Jim's
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't
Do you want
do
something to
laundry.
drink?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Steve, thank you.
So I got beer and
Yeah,
tea
no,
and
thank you. That's why you're a
Let's
great
go to
guy
lunch.
because you're just a regular guy like everybody else. You got a regular couple, so to speak. And
no, there's nothing regular about us. Trust
no,
me.
when I say regular, I mean just like
Oil,
folks.
water.
Yeah, exactly.
Democrat, Republican.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
supposed
yes.
to say that, but that's
no,
fact.
No, and married how
How
long?
many years?
53.
53 years.
53 years, yeah.
And you know what? We're like kids. We're what, 35?
35. Just
So we're
like
like
And
newbies.
there's newbies, yeah.
35.
But somehow you're doing something right because we're all still here.
That's what I keep telling everybody. Hey, don't be pointing your finger at me. Look what I've done.
Exactly.
I put up with this for 53 years.
Exactly.
Compliment each other,
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Actually,
Oh.
his goddaughter is from Indiana. from Elkhart.
Yes.
Elkhart.
Where?
Indiana.
Elkhart.
Elkhart. That's
Yeah.
home of the RV manufacturing companies are up there.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like
yes,
60 some of them up there. That's where all of them
Yeah.
come from.
Almost 30 years.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Wrestler, that yellow plant is plastic. Doesn't it look nice?
What yellow plant?
The one hanging there.
Hmm?
The yellow one hanging in between the two of
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Wrestler.
We have to hang plastic ones here. That's the only thing that grows.
Yeah, because you turn the water off. Nothing grows without water. And I
Got nothing
can't
to do with
water the whole
Ain't got
yard.
nothing- It's the heat down here. The heat,
Yeah.
you can water stuff all day long. The heat just kills everything.
Sure.
It doesn't kill the plants that I water.
Well, you know this. I think when you water in the morning, then it gets so hot.
It
You know.
evaporates.
Here's what a guy told me. Florida's different. It's just different. I was watering my stuff a couple times a day in the middle. He says that's worse. He said because the water, if you water it in the daytime, heats up to the point it burns the plant.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I said, well, what time? I said, well, I was watering like 10, 11 o'clock at night so it could soak in all night long.
Yes.
You know, right?
Okay.
Guy said that's the worst thing to do around
That's bad
here.
too. Yeah.
He said because the water sits in that grass so long, it creates a mold at the bottom
From the
and
water.
it will kill the lawn. It's like, well, what the hell do you do? So he says, 5 o'clock in the morning, water the grass. By the time the sun comes up, it evaporates everything and you're good to go.
And that's why most people here, they have their sprinkler come on about
Okay.
5 and 6 in the morning.
Now let me
What
ask you a
the heck
question.
comes
Are all homes in the villages required to have a sprinkler system? Are you
All homes, as far as I know, all homes, here's what our deed restriction says, and I think most of them say the similar things. If you have a green lawn, you must keep it green.
Okay.
So
okay.
every house here that I know of comes with a water sprinkling system.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, except for the hoarders, he's tore it all out of his mom's yard and sold it, I guess. I don't know what's happened there. But she'll have to put it in, there'll be a deed restriction, she'll have to put it back in.
Yes, yes.
So, but yeah, you have it. We don't use it all the time. During the rainy season, that's June through November, you're gonna get rain every day. Just shut it off, you don't
yes,
need it.
Yes.
Wintertime really with zoysia, I have zoysia, and there's
That's
difference.
the grass, yeah, right?
In wintertime, my grass goes dormant.
Okay.
You don't water dormant grass, it stresses it out and will kill it.
Now, does it grow in the winter like that? When it's dormant?
All I can tell you, in the wintertime, our yard guy comes around about once every 2 weeks and looks at it. If
Yeah.
it needs mowed, he'll top it off, but sometimes he don't mow but once a month.
Wow.
It just doesn't grow.
No,
Yeah.
no.
You don't really want it to, you don't want to mow it really because that stimulates growth.
It does. It does.
Augustine is the grass. That's what really
Okay.
wants to grow
Okay.
here.
Right.
That's not the same grass you had in Indiana, right?
No, Indiana, we had bluegrass
Oh, yes.
where I
yes,
was
yes.
at.
It's nice too, right?
Oh my God, it's like walking on
Yeah.
carpet.
Yes, yes.
But
Well,
it's got its problems too as far as, fertilizing and all that.
You got a question here. It says, can you install artificial turf anywhere on your property?
The answer, not unless ARC approves it.
Front
And the
or
people
back.
I know that had artificial grass put in, ARC made them take it out. That has something to do with wildlife and bugs and I don't even know what all, but
Yeah.
they're very strict about that. So if you're going to put artificial turf in, get ARC approval first.
Yeah.
Because that's expensive stuff to put in.
Yeah, but if you've got, if you've got a spot that nothing won't grow, yeah, then throw it in there. But you can't do your yard in artificial turf. There's been a lot of people that regretted that because they've, just like with rock,
That'll
Yes.
pull it.
you know.
You've been here before though, right? Villages?
This is our fourth visit.
Yeah.
Fourth visit. So are you going to move here? Are you planning on it?
I would
Maybe?
say before, I'll just say,
Somebody does and somebody doesn't.
Carol would be here this afternoon.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Or like yesterday. And me, I'm hemming and hawing because.
Well, rent something for a year.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm retired maintenance from the village. I work for the town,
Uh-huh.
right? I was, for almost 40 years, and Carol worked in the police clerical. So, at this point, like most people in the villages, you're not coming down here, looking for a job. You don't have to worry about children looking for schools. So that takes a lot of stress and pressure away.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? And then sometimes people think, like, people at home say, oh, why don't you do this, this, and this, rent for a year. Sometimes you just don't have the income. You know what I mean? And even for us to move here, when I told Jim Francis, we would have to sell our home, which some people might have to consider, get the money from that house, rent something here for 3 months, let's say. It gives you a month to find a house or 2 months, and then a month to go to closing. So, maybe like that. If you have the money that you can go take the money out, buy a house or rent a house where you don't need to sell your current house, then that's one thing. But, a lot of people say too when it comes to Florida, not just the villages, but don't base it on a 1 week vacation.
Right.
Base it on, like you said, rent for a month. Come down. We've been here in the winter. We've been here in the summer.
Been here in January.
Because I came down in the winter, I really wanted to see if there was a big issue with the snowbirds. And to be honest with you, Skip, when we went down to the squares, I didn't see many more people there in the winter than I saw in the summer.
Or the band must have sucked.
And that's what it is.
That's the only thing I can tell you
Well,
because
like-
Like,
great about Skip.
if you're used to New York, yeah, this probably wouldn't be a big deal for that.
Exactly.
But it
oh yeah,
does
well, you're from
increase.
so you're used to traffic anyway. So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
may
yeah,
not be
traffic
nothing to
Florida.
you,
But I'll
but
tell you one thing, Florida traffic is a lot. You know what I mean? Florida
Yeah.
is crowded.
Yeah.
Depends on
Like
where you're
everywhere else,
going.
it's got its plus and minuses.
Right,
If you don't
right.
like the winter, for us, I'd rather take the heat, stay out of the sun,
I-
drink some water,
I
beverage,
can live
whatever you
without
want.
change of seasons at this point. I'm getting
Or put
too
the air
old for change of
conditioner on.
seasons. I'm
You know what I mean?
done
Yeah.
with
I
it.
didn't have any choice. We had a patio villa. I wanted to be a snowbird. I always thought that'd be a perfect life.
Yeah.
Go north, see the kids, grandkids, 6 months out of the year until they get sick of you. Then you come back down here for 6 months, you know. And then one day we just woke up and said, you know, all of our grandkids are grown up.
Yeah.
You never think about that. Then they all moved to North Dakota, for God's sake.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
it was like my dad passed away, mom passed away, her parents passed away, 2 or 3 of her brothers passed away. It's like, what are we going back to Indiana for?
There's nothing there for you guys.
There's nothing there anymore. All my best friends that I had when I was working, they've all passed away,
Yeah, yeah.
except one, and he's crazy.
So that one you don't
Fat
want to
Bob.
see.
Oh, that bothers
Yeah, Fat
Wow.
Bob's a little nuts.
How long you guys been living in the villages?
Full time?
10 years in October.
10 years this
And
October,
this
yeah.
is your second home, right?
Second,
You
yeah.
moved. You lived over by Lake Sumter.
Yeah, we live in Caroline.
Village of Caroline. We had a
Okay.
2-bedroom patio villa that really for, if you want to be a part-timer,
Yes,
those
yes.
2-bedroom patio villas, man, they're just primo, I think.
Well, it's funny, Skip, because we actually, you know, even for a temporary place, not temporary, but out of curiosity, they have 1-to-1, 1 bathroom, 1 bedroom.
Yeah, they do.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. But the problem is some of these new homes are coming with big bonds.
They
You know what I
do.
mean? They do
Oh,
have
yes.
big bonds.
That's crazy.
Yes.
But you do have 30 years to pay it off, correct?
Depends on what area you're
Okay.
in.
So, like-
If I was you,
Yes.
if money was an issue with me, and it's always an issue with people that work for a living,
Yes.
you know, we're not rich at all.
We're not CEOs.
But I can tell you, go up north and find what you want. The odds are you ain't gonna have a bond up there.
No.
That'll save you $3,000 to $4,000 a year right there.
But you know
Yeah.
what it is too, Skip? It's like Spanish Springs or Orange Blossom. We drove past there this morning. It's pretty far from here. It's far.
Well, it is, but
Yeah.
what are you coming down here for?
Well, you know what? Here is an agriculture central. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think down one point, this down here was considered a new area, right?
This was called the
considered
dark
the
side.
Dark side.
It was. yeah.
The dark side.
And then
Yeah.
they keep building, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
and
keep
who knows where it's going to end. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's not.
some days we're liable to be the extreme north again, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny too because you know people that are looking should look because of the fact that we looked this morning on Village's website, and all these new homes they're cutting prices. They're all cutting prices
Yeah.
on the prices. You know what I mean?
are they having trouble selling them?
Yeah, I don't know, but I would say I looked at 10 homes in a row where the price cuts were from 8 to could be $20,000.
In Dabney.
Yeah, depending on
Oh, Dabney.
Yeah, all the new area. Down
I went
there.
down to Dabney. Matter of fact, that's where Judy has her rental property that she wanted me to video. And I
And
went
she's
to her
gonna
house.
she's gonna lease it long term.
Yeah, she's going to lease it
That's
long
when you had a
term.
video with Judy and Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And,
No.
No.
No, Judy bought a income. She sold her house in
Okay.
Georgia.
Okay.
She had a house here. She's going to stay here full time.
Okay.
So in order to keep from paying capital gains tax, she bought this rental property
To
down
be a
here, a
full-time
patio
resident?
villa.
To be a full-time resident?
To be she was, yeah,
Okay.
and she didn't want to pay capital gains tax on it,
Okay,
so she put it
okay.
down here. And she wanted me to do a video of it and put it on YouTube and hopefully help her get it rented out, which I don't know if she got rented out yet or not. But anyway, that was Dabney, and I looked around, and right now, to me, from what I see, Dabney's out.
Yeah.
It's just, they're just not close to anything.
Right.
No.
But
It's so
keep
good.
in mind, don't listen to me. Don't pay attention to what I'm telling you because I don't know all the roads down there. And when we met her up at Sawgrass for dinner after we got done doing the video, she was up there, had a table already and was waiting for us, and we just pulled in a parking lot.
Yes.
And we went out the way the GPS told us to go. She said, oh no, you didn't want to go that way. She said, you want to go out over here, that's a shortcut. She says in 2 minutes, you can be at
She knows
Sawgrass.
it already, right?
Yeah, so don't listen to me when I say it seems out because it might seem out to me,
Yes.
but I don't know all the shortcuts down
That's
there.
what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's like if I go to Long Island, I'll never find your house and you're going to say, oh, you should have come in over here. You know,
Yeah,
less
exactly.
traffic over here.
Exactly.
You don't wanna
Exactly.
go
Yeah.
I got lost going from the Brownwood Hotel to Brownwood Square, and that's only 10 minutes away. You know what I mean?
You can walk there.
I did walk. I had to go
Yeah.
get the cart. So
Yeah.
at the hotel, I had to walk over and get the cart,
Right.
which is fine, but it's a little bit of a walk in the heat.
Did you get lost getting back over there? Did you find a tunnel?
Yeah, I did. I
Did you?
did. I did. I didn't realize at first that you had to walk as a person through the tunnel. but you can't walk across the roads. So yeah, we went under them.
I know that when I wanted to go down there when they were building all that,
Yes.
I had a heck of a time finding that tunnel because
Yes.
from the road you're looking, it's like, where's the tunnel?
Oh,
you can't
yeah,
really
yes,
see it.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Well, thank God for the GPS that the villages has. And if anybody visits or buys here, you're going to need it for a while because it'll take you a while to know where you're going.
Yep. That's right.
And
Yeah.
it's funny too because you check the GPS, and let's say you start out at 15 minutes. Now all of a sudden it says 20 minutes or 25. Now you know you're going the wrong way. So now it's like, Cal's like, oh, you got to U-turn.
but ain't it fun getting lost?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't mind
That's
it.
my co-pilot. That's
Yeah.
my co-pilot.
Hey,
Everybody
we're
wants-
lost. Hey, there's a hot dog stand. Pull in over there. I want to get a hot dog. That's what I always do with her when I get lost.
Very good. It sounds like I do
Yeah.
Long Island.
Everybody wants to know who the Yankees are we're talking to.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, yeah, Yankees here. That is us.
Your YouTube name, that's what they really want to know.
Yes, yes. Well, we don't have YouTube names. We're just
No,
regular.
my name comes up under
Yeah,
my name.
we're
so.
Skip and Sue.
Oh, okay, well, that's what I do. My name,
viewers,
I
you
just
know
put
what I
my
mean?
name on there. I don't
Yes,
care.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some people are real funny
Yes.
about
We're
that.
the
They'll,
native
they'll call
viewers.
themselves the monkey's uncle.
Yes. yes. Sip,
Okay.
you guys are, and I'm not saying because I'm sitting here, just so everybody
Yeah,
knows,
that's
you
okay.
are our #1 villages
Absolutely.
YouTube people.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I don't
Well,
care
that's-
if you've been here 5 minutes and doing videos or you've been here for 50 years.
Yep.
All the others, they come and go and they're all fluff,
I
and
t-
Skip is legit, tells you like it
Well,
is.
I time my Friday nights. I make sure I'm there at 6
Oh
o'clock.
yeah,
when it
Carol's
comes
here
up.
at 6 o'clock,
Oh,
5 to
6 o'clock.
6,
Where's
time
the
for
news?
Skip's news.
Where's the
Yeah, he
news?
doesn't have a life, so
Yes, yeah. It's all right, it comes on at 6 o'clock, we're
Yeah.
ready.
I love the fact
Everybody
that you
loves
keep
the
it real,
news,
that's all I
yes.
can say.
But
yeah.
Don't make
yeah, if
punches
you
and say
guys,
it like
you
it
know,
is.
your audience and shoot you guys some questions because you're going to give an honest answer.
Say it like it is. You know?
Yeah.
And there are some channels that just don't give honest answers.
Yeah,
So we want to
yeah.
talk about that, but I'll
You're
just
gonna find
say,
out the truth anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes-
Somebody said the other day that they didn't hear us say awesome at once. No, probably not.
No,
You gotta be
no,
a little bit. You gotta be
no.
honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you try to be, you know, but sometimes I
Like,
wonder.
give both sides of it. Yeah, is everything great? No. But
Well, a
is
guy
everything
told me one
terrible?
time,
No.
he said, it's one thing to be honest. He said, but it's another thing to be brutally honest. And I don't know the line
You
there.
know
There you
the
go.
difference.
I'm with you.
I
I'm
don't.
with you.
You don't know the
Trust me.
difference.
I'm with you.
He
I mean, if
waits for
somebody's
me.
being stupid, that's how I would put it. Well,
Yes.
you're being stupid now.
Yes, yes, yes.
But if that's brutally honest, then let me say, what would be honest? Well, I don't think you gave that very good thought. I think you should have thought about that more. Is that what they want? That?
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
He waits for my eyes to roll, and
Now you know you're being. Now you crossed the line. When the wife rolls her eyes, you're in trouble.
Oh, they tell us on here. They'll say,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it when Sue rolls her eyes, and I know she done something. I must have said something.
Yeah, yeah, you can see it from the video. You're like, yeah, Skip's in trouble
What'd you
because
say, Skip?
Sue gave him the eye roll.
yeah.
We're not gonna hold you guys up.
Yes.
If viewers have questions,
Well,
Well, what's your plans on doing the next 4 days? You going to do
well, we got
anything
here Monday.
other than going to the squares and
We went
stuff?
last night.
Last night we did look at a couple open houses, do a little research. Tomorrow night we're gonna see some family up in Ocala for dinner, and then we're going back home Friday morning.
Yeah, we've been
So
here
yeah,
since
we
Monday.
did a quick 4 nights, and we'll be back. One of these days, I told even Jim Francis, I said, listen, Jim, before you retire, I'm going to buy a house from you. You know what I mean? And it's funny, too, because last time we were here, we did a look at a pre-owned home, you know, because everything's got its plus and minuses. And we walked into the home, and it's funny, because at that point, anybody selling a house, keep it in mind, it looked like half a Horton's house. It was a mess.
Oh yeah, I remember that house.
And then later on, when you looked at the photos, they had cleaned the house. But the difference was like night and day. If you're going to sell your house, clean your house. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot to fix your house. Don't cost nothing. Clean it up. Even if you got to buy a little paint, fix it up.
We've always said that sometimes these houses where people passed away, the biggest problem here about abandoned homes is they've had a reverse mortgage.
Oh,
Yes.
And it's at a bank in Pennsylvania, California, who knows where.
more of a headache.
And they didn't sign anything about deed restrictions. But they have a reverse mortgage, but technically they don't own the home. So they can't be penalized for that. So they've been putting fines on the property,
Right.
which means it comes up on your property taxes, or if you go to sell it, then you have to pay this. But I'm sure bank lawyers and real estate lawyers here, they kind of work all that out, you know. But those are the ones, if you can get in on there, and there's a law, I guess, that says when a home's abandoned, a bank can't sell it till after a certain amount of time passes. And I'm sure they have to have death certificates and who knows what all goes into
Yeah,
all
it's a long
this.
process.
Yeah, but I've seen so many of them go for a really good deal. We just saw one sell for $330,000, 2-car garage with a golf cart garage, 3-bedroom, all new flooring. The inside of the house looked really good. It lasted maybe 12 hours, sold.
Oh, that one I
probably,
seen in the paper the other day, 309,000 for Whispering Pine with a golf cart garage.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just floored, and then somebody told me it was already pending, and I figured,
Yeah.
as soon
Nobody's
as,
gonna, yeah.
soon as the paper come
So,
out.
you know, if you got
Yeah.
a little bit of finesse,
Yes, a little leeway. And
yeah, if you can go in, if you can paint, and if you can mop, $69 call the no pressure water guys. I'm telling you, on these vinyl homes, even on these stucco homes, them guys do
Yes.
a tremendous job.
Yes, yes.
The home will look brand new again, and you got it for $100,000 under market value, so you're moving in right away with money in your
Absolutely.
pocket.
Good
Absolutely.
way to look at it.
I mean,
Just
we
gotta
used to
keep
flip
looking.
houses, and I see these things around here, and I'm going like, you know, I don't have the inside because these people run here, all these real estate people, and don't.
They have the inside.
And yeah, and the developer has people that he owes favors to, and they
Well,
all got these
we're
numbers
not
to
able
call.
to do a
and
lot of the work that we used to do to them either, so
Yes.
we'd have to hire a lot of it done.
I would today, yeah. I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
So you guys know what you're talking about. You know.
I'm just telling you, I know where the deals are at, and you can
Yeah.
believe me or not believe me, and 90% of them don't believe me. They think I'm full of shit most of the time, you know, but that's fine. I don't mind, because sooner or later somebody comes along like you and goes, you know what? I went and looked at that house you told me about, and I bought it.
Exactly.
And so it happens.
My one
Correct.
complaint about the villages, I can say, which I learned, if you don't buy a house with a fence, you can't put a fence in, and that's my one.
That's
My
the
one
deed
thing that sticks
restrictions.
in my
Yeah.
head that I'm like,
But see, that deed restriction goes for everything. When you buy a house new, whatever's there,
Right.
that's what you're restricted to.
right,
You can't plant a tree anywhere.
right. I understand.
That tree there, the only reason why that tree's there is because the village just had another tree planted right there.
Wow.
So when we ripped it out, I could put that tree there because the
Just a
village is.
replacement, not new.
Yeah, well, they have already designated that was the right place to
Okay.
put a tree.
Okay, so you're okay with that.
Yeah, but if I had that tree tore out, and let's say I decided I'm going to put a tree here, well, you just can't do that
You're only
because I don't know
replacing
what's
what's
underneath that ground right there. There might be water lines that goes to other homes. I don't know. And so you just,
Be where it was.
yeah. So it's just like the grass. When you buy a patio villa, a lot of them are doing this, and I understand it. It makes perfectly good sense to me. They're tearing all the grass out and putting rock in because they're only here 6 months out of the year. That means they don't have to water anything.
No maintenance.
Yeah, you don't have to fertilize anything.
Have to mow,
You don't have to
Yeah,
mow. It saves you a lot of money. Well,
but you got to
If you
get
can do it.
approved to
Right.
do it
If you
because
can do
some places,
Yeah, a
some,
lot of 'em-
some villas are.
yeah, they'll let you do it, but
Yeah.
you make sure you get that approval because if you don't, ARC takes that personally here. Those guys are tough. It isn't that you can't have it. You didn't ask our permission first. So now we're going to make you tear all that out,
Right.
resubmit your application, and we may approve it, and then you can put it all back in again. That's what they do.
At twice the
yeah.
price now.
Yeah.
That's why I say just don't do it. Don't play the game because you're going to lose.
Ask first.
Probably second to don't leave the keys in the cart is check your deed restrictions.
Yes, yeah.
You know
Well,
what
it's
I mean?
just like this White Cross thing. You'll see them around here.
Oh, I've seen 'em.
There's over there. I don't care about it myself.
I don't
Doesn't
either.
bother me a bit. I could care less. But the ones that are complaining about it, that has had fines put on them because of it, they're saying that's a yard decoration there.
Yes.
Well, I said, you know what? If you just take that cross up and to get away from these fines and whatever, and stick it like right there in that pot,
Correct.
they'll never say a
Well,
word
what
to
is
you
it?
because it's under the eave, which makes it
Okay.
part of the house.
Okay.
They won't bother you.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
they would rather beat their head against the wall and pay thousands of dollars of lawyer fees saying, by God, it's my right.
Exactly.
But I think it's been to court 4 times now. You know, I don't know if they've ever
Well, yeah.
settled it yet.
Well, the
but-
courts don't want to get involved with
Yeah,
freedom
well,
of religion.
well,
I
now-
know.
It's funny too because your news and then I can think from the village's news probably the same thing, and they follow up on a lot of the adult children
Yeah.
and the case with the cross, and the people that are a part of that case apparently are not giving in. They're fighting tooth and nail.
Yeah.
They don't care how much the fees cost.
He's got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mind, I'm just
Contract
I'm just a working guy. I'm just looking. This guy must have spent probably $30,000-$40,000 by now in
Yes.
lawyer fees
Yes.
to fight this, and I'm
Yes.
thinking, is it worth that when you
All
could
that
just
money.
put it here?
Just
I
move
know.
it.
I know.
Just
I know.
move
It's
it.
silly. It's silly.
That's the way I see things anyway. The cheapest way out. 13 mile an hour.
Everybody's in his
I'm
cage.
just
And probably one of the
that would
other-
drive me nuts.
Oh
But-
God, that's terrible.
I don't know.
And I'm not a speeder, but I mean, come on. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and the other thing too, if you move down here, don't bring your adult children with you, please, because that's another thing that drives you crazy
I
sometimes.
Yeah.
don't blame you.
If your child's living you at 40, there's some problems going
Yeah.
on.
Now
It's
there
because
are
you-
some that
I
are
always think when you do the stories too, I'm always like, if you accept it, that's fine. That's your child. That's your family. That's your right. Doesn't mean everybody else has to accept it.
right.
Yes.
You know, just because
You know, I can
personally
understand
accept it,
that
not
if
accept
a
it.
parents had a stroke or whatever, and mom's in her 80s and
If you're
dad
actually
can't,
taking care of somebody.
and the daughter's not working, and the kids are grown up, you know, and the daughter's
Yes.
like 55,
Yes.
and the parents are in their 80s, and she comes down to help out.
absolutely, that's
I
different.
understand that. I'm not
Absolutely.
saying that at all. What I'm talking about, you've got a son that's 45 years old, and they've done research on these people. He's never had a full-time job in his whole life. He's been arrested multiple times for drugs and
Yes.
shoplifting,
Yes.
and then when you moved down here, you brought him with you.
Yes.
That's the part
Yes.
that I don't understand.
Exactly. Exactly. It's
Yes.
not the ones
Yeah.
that are actually coming to
Yes.
help or really
Yes.
care about their parents or
Right.
grandparents.
And there
It's
are
the
some
ones that come
challenged
down
people
and-
here too that live with mom and dad because
yeah.
you know that's the way
And
it
that's
works here. But
understandable, but it's the ones that come down and cause trouble, and you know the ones, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And repeat offenders. That's the
It's
only
Yeah.
one.
because that's one of the things.
You know, and a lot of people, I don't know if they understand what this is here, but they'll say things, well, the villages shouldn't allow that. Well, the villages can't stop you.
No.
It's
no.
a, you know, you buy a house, it's your house.
Yes. Yes.
It'd be like they'd say, well, they can only come in if this or that. They can't. They shouldn't sell to them. Well, they can't do that either. That's called discrimination. You know,
Exactly.
you can't do that.
Court, yeah.
I mean, we own our properties here, but like it or not, but we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And the thing, funny thing too, Skip, this morning I was looking at the open houses, and the villages, like some people complain about the rentals, the villages on their own site is selling homes, mentioning that investment or rental
Investment
property.
properties.
So the village is not going to end rentals. They're
There's
making money.
a way they can slow it down though, because On Top of the World does. They've got it in the contract. When you buy a house, it's in your contract. It says if you're going to rent this house out, it has to be no less than 6 months.
Wow.
Most people want to rent for 2 to 3 months in the winter.
Yes, yes.
So that's slowed it down tremendously right there.
Yeah.
Interesting wording, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's right too, because I was thinking maybe like even a 1 month minimum, or 2 weeks or something, not overnight. And then sometimes people complain that the renters are coming in through Verbo or whatever, and they're next door and they're having a party. But maybe I'm right or wrong, but the people that are coming here to rent a house in the villages, they're usually older people, right? Or
usually,
I've never
Usually,
seen that.
but
Are there
slowly
big-
but surely, I'm seeing this turning into a spring breaker club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit at a
Yes,
time.
yes.
Come down, see grandma and grandpa,
Yes.
free place to stay.
Yes.
Hey, can I bring my girlfriend?
Exactly,
You know, so,
exactly.
and that's okay. I got no problem with that as long as they're just
As long as it's
being
polite.
respectful, that's
Right,
all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can rent a house and say the house is a high price rental. Let's say $6,000 in the winter.
Oh, well, they
If
do
I
it.
got
They
10 people
they
living
rent
in a
$1 million
house, or
homes.
8 people living in the house for the winter. We're each kicking in a small amount of money, so it's
Right.
doable.
They do that.
Right?
now
Yeah.
they're saying that they can't hear you all very well.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's because my microphone's over here.
That's a cue.
That means it's time for us to say goodbye.
yeah.
People have questions. We just want to say hello.
Yes.
Well, we're
Hello to everyone.
glad you stepped by.
Happy to see Sue and Skip.
Yes.
We love you guys.
I keep seeing people out. I seen a lady at the grocery store the other day, and I seen one at the doctor's office the other day. You know, and they're always coming up and saying, "Oh, we watch you all the time." And I said, "We love the show so much." And I keep wanting to say, "You guys like Skip."
Oh, no, they don't.
No. It's a team. It's a team.
We know who the star is here.
Exactly.
It's Buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
exactly.
He
That's
still
true.
teases me about seeing you 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
Oh,
He's
when
like,
you're walking,
I can't
yes.
see things 2 feet in front of my face
Yes,
sometimes. And I
yeah.
go, but you saw Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
So it's
Carol's like one of those people
7
like, you can't see nothing. You see Sue walking down the street at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And the poor woman's out walking, and I noticed her white
And
shirt.
I'm still out there every morning.
Yeah,
I noticed her
So,
white shirt and her short hair, and I said,
And you guys were
Looks
like,
like
who are these two knuckleheads pulling up to me on
I
the
know,
road?
7:15.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's
As long
it.
as
We'll
it's
say
daylight,
Nice
you know.
meeting you guys.
Yes.
well, nice
Appreciate
meeting
it.
you too.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Where are you going for lunch?
We're heading down to Brownwood Square for lunch. We're not sure where we're going yet.
I gotta pick something.
We'll find something.
Okay.
What do you like?
Easy.
Well, it's funny. Carol's
My
talks-
favorite place to go for lunch down there is Gators.
That's probably what we
Right,
wanted.
Gators,
That was one of the
yes.
places I mentioned.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
sports bar.
Yes,
But
Gators
the people
is good.
there that work there, anyway, I don't know, but we've been there. The food is good. It's fair priced.
It's quieter.
It's quieter.
Yes.
You go to any of them other places, it's
Yes.
just so damn noisy.
It
You
is.
can't even
It
hear
is.
yourself
yes,
think.
yes.
It is. And for those that are going to be here or already live here, the secret is to go a little more off hours. We went to one restaurant at 6 o'clock. We couldn't even get in. We
Well, that was
came
last
back the
time.
next day at 4 o'clock. We walked right in. There's nobody there.
That's my time, 4 o'clock.
Exactly. It's all about the timing.
It is. It
You know what I
is a
mean?
lot. Just about everything here is about the time. You know.
Timing,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, Carol, we'll hit the road.
Yes.
But we're glad to stop by
All right,
anyhow.
Sue, nice
glad to
meeting
meet
you.
you.
Nice
Skip.
meeting you.
All right,
Nice
man.
meeting you, pal.
You
Appreciate
too.
it. Sue?
Enjoy the rest of your
Come
time.
back, come back anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, well, except an hour from now.
Every Wednesday, we're always out here.
Yeah. Thank you for everything. Nice to meet you both.
Oh, nice
Thanks
to
for
meet
dropping
you.
by.
All right, have a good day, guys.
Bye bye.
Yeah, stay out of everybody's way.
Okay. I
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Let her drive and then point the finger at her.
Exactly. You know, we're all a little bit older, and you go back to the old days of the Flintstones. Remember the
Yeah.
Flintstones? And they're all using their feet.
Yeah.
I might be better off. You guys be well.
All right, man.
You too. Bye bye. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Brett says, is it true the villages are selling cells at Coleman Federal?
What?
Is it true the villages is selling cells at Coleman Prison?
Selling cells.
Cells.
Oh, cells.
Good one, Brett.
I don't know. You know,
They would if they could, I'm sure.
There was a rumor for a while, and I laughed because somebody made it up, and I
Yeah.
can't believe people actually bite on that. But there was a rumor there for a little while that the villages was buying the Coleman prison and was going to turn it into apartments.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
remember that?
Yes.
Me-
And y'all, our guests didn't really want to tell everybody their name, but I know who they are. But they didn't really want to tell everybody their name. And yeah, we forgot about them not having microphones, so it probably wasn't the loudest. Oh, and do you notice our sign? Robin did such a great job on that sign, and I don't know if you can see it because of the glare.
I think it needs to be
Can you?
around this way. Maybe I need to go out a little further.
Okay,
Maybe like that.
up a little.
I do this just to make that guy mad.
No, I think you see it now. But yeah, Robin did such a swell job on that sign. It was just perfect. And
I told you we'd find a place to put it, Robin. Well, actually, she did. She hung it on the inside. I was going to hang it out here on this metal
well, I
post.
will when I get
And
out.
I think she was afraid that the weather would make it, turn bad or something. So she hung it on the inside.
Well, I'm going to get one of those plastic hooks that fasten on there, and I can just take it in at night. But I just thought you have to put it out there. I actually looked at an address sign to put out on our light pole because we don't have one anymore. And I looked at one that they had at market night. The guy was making, and Judy got one for her house, and so I'm going to have one made that says porch sitting, but it's got rocking chairs on either side of it. And I just thought that was really cute, but I haven't got it made yet. So, but I was just thrilled when she sent me that. I just think that's so cute. She's just so crafty. Okay. Oh,
I love it when people just stop by like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know who they are.
Patrick, we didn't get a chance to ask him. He said, ask him Yankees or Mets.
Oh, Yankee or
And
Mets.
we didn't get a chance to
Yeah,
ask him.
that's a big controversy in New York.
Yeah.
Yankees or Mets. Oh, you're a Mets fan.
Desmindy says, we bought a pre-owned home and ours came with a retractable awning, sliders on the lanai, and a bird cage over most of the back courtyard, plus no bond. Yeah, you can find them. I'm telling you, you don't have to go buy. I mean, they're giving you some good deals on the new ones, but they also have the large bonds. And then I said, some of them are out there. I mean, it won't be no time till they'll have all the infrastructure down there like they do up here, but it's going to take a while.
I think the average bond down there, from what I'm hearing, is pushing $50,000 now.
Yeah. Now, is that the average?
Average, because I don't think the patio villas have that kind of a bond. The $1 million houses may have a little bit more than that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I didn't ask Judy what hers was, but it's just that it's a little bit remote right now. So I say, even though they're giving you a discount, but if you're looking for something for the future, I think it won't take long before they have all the stuff that's already down there, and they do have all the amenities that we have: the pool, the pool and the rec centers and that kind of thing. They got all that stuff there. It's just convenient.
Well, even the neighborhood that Judy bought in, which I thought was kind of out there, which, like I say, don't go by me because I don't know the shortcuts out there. But literally within walking distance of our house was the rec center area,
Right.
with
And
the
the
walking
pool
trails and all kinds of
yeah.
stuff there.
And even though they haven't got a lot out there yet, you're very, very close to Leesburg. that has all that stuff.
Matter of fact, it was in the news, I think, for this Friday or maybe next Friday, I'm not sure, that somebody out there got arrested by the Leesburg Police Department.
Oh.
That's the first time I've ever heard that. Some DUI in a golf cart, I bet. Just guessing, a DUI in a golf cart. That is so unusual here.
Oh, wow. Well, Mindy, it sounded like you got a deal. It says it also had really nice cornices over the window and sliding glass doors and blinds. Yeah, when you buy a pre-owned, I said that's why the pre-owns are up there in prices, because they've got all this stuff done. And a lot of people don't want to have to mess with that. I remember up north it was always paint. Nobody wanted to mess with painting the house before they moved in. And that seems kind of menial, but a lot of people don't want to do that. Down here, it's all the other stuff, get the lanai enclosed, get your landscaping in, get your drapes or whatever. I've got plantation shutters, but yeah, all that, that part's done, so you don't have to worry about that. And like I said, some of them don't have bonds anymore up north, and so yeah, I think some of them are still really good deals.
Kevin, I sent you an email yesterday, and I also sent you another Discord link, because you're missing out on some things on Discord. Like Phil had a free bed that you probably could have used. But anyway, check your email for all that.
Jerry Bell wants to know, where can I stop by and get some loofahs?
You get some what?
Loofahs.
Oh, God. God, don't start that.
Oh, where was we? And somebody said something about that the other day. I can't remember now, but
Loofahs?
yeah. It was.
It all depends on what you want a loofah for. You want a loofah for the golf team of 65 and over? A loofah for pickleball?
We know what you're talking about, Jerry. Let's see. This Minnie says, thanks, William. We had looked at a lot of patio villas that weren't in great condition, and then this
UPS.
block and stucco courtyard came up just at the top of our budget. We made an offer. Yeah, they're out there. You got to look. And that's why it really is good if you can come spend some time down here instead of going by the newspaper ads and what have you. If you can really spend some time down here, you can walk around and see for sale signs in somebody's window, or if you've got a neighbor that knows somebody that's got one that's for sale. That's why a lot of them sell. They don't even make it to market.
Desmindy says at Moultrie Creek, and I've heard that name brought a lot, like there's a lot of people waiting for Moultrie Creek. The location there must be really good. Anyway, she said they have 31-year bonds.
Well,
So they've added an extra year up there.
yeah. And yes, Barbara, it is getting hot today. It's gonna, like I said, it's supposed to be, I think, 89 to 90. And it's starting to really warm up. This morning when I walked, it was very pleasant. It was like 68, 69. Very, very pleasant. And by the time I got back, because I had my little yellow jacket on, the time I got back here, I was wishing I didn't have that jacket because it warmed up really quick. Yeah.
Desmindy says Dabney's practically in Orlando.
Yeah.
It may seem that way.
Brett
But you know,
says,
here's the thing about it. It's just like when we bought here. There was nothing around us here. What you see today is not what it looked like at all when we bought here. And the nickname here was always the dark side. Well, everybody kept asking us, why do you want to move to the dark side?
Yeah.
You're clear down there by Wildwood. That's where all the drug addicts and things live. You don't want to be down there. There's going to be all kinds of trouble down there.
Yeah.
Okay, fast forward to almost 10 years and look at it now. And look where the villages just went, all the way down to Finney and all this and that. Right now, and I'll be the first to admit, and I did say Dabney looked like it was out by itself and there's not much around there. 10 years from now, I don't know what's going to be there. There was the woods across the road right there. Does the villages own that woods? Is there going to be a golf course over there? I don't know that. And see, that's the problem. We don't know really the future plans of where they intend to go everywhere. We just know we're going to build the village here now. Next is going to be Moultrie. Next is going to be whatever the names are. That's what they tell you. But you don't see the plan. And the rumor I got from somebody, I almost say, I can't say, was that the future plan for the villages was to tap out at 250,000 population. I could almost believe that.
Oh, yeah. Phil says it's currently 87 at the Savannah Center. Yeah,
It's going to be a warming today. No breeze either.
Yeah, I can feel it today. And then I'm the one that complained about the last few days we've had wind because of the rainstorms and all up north. And I'm kind of concerned. I haven't heard from Robin, and they're in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma got hit bad. So I'm hoping they did well.
I'm not sure.
But like I said, with
Don't they live around Tulsa?
Oh, I don't know. She
told
told me,
us.
and I forget.
It was either Tulsa or Oklahoma City, but I'm thinking Tulsa.
Yeah, but they got hit hard. The
Or as
Oklahoma,
Roy D. Mercer
Nebraska.
would say, Tulsi. Tulsi, Oklahoma.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they're okay.
Roy by God D. Mercer.
Yeah, if y'all haven't heard Roy Mercer, you gotta go. I mean, they've got a lot of his stuff on YouTube, and you gotta go listen to him because he's funny. He does telephone calls, and I said we used to listen to it late at night, and it is just hilarious. Wrestler Skip said driving a golf cart going 13 miles an hour would drive me nuts. My response is might be a very short drive. You're right.
Well, you're
Wrestler.
true, but 13 mile an hour, I understand his argument because I've run into him myself, and I've thought to myself, actually, it's almost a safety hazard at 13 mile an hour. There's no particular rule about a golf cart other than the speed limit. There really isn't. People say, well, can I take a go-kart on a golf cart trail? Truthfully, I don't know. Can I take a moped on a golf cart trail? I don't think you're supposed to, but there again, I don't think anybody ever monitors a golf cart trail, period, anyway.
They are starting to. They're starting to.
They need to, but
well, they never have up here. And I noticed a lot of police presence down at the southern end, and now they're starting to monitor these. I've
Here's
seen
a question I got. A guy says, if I bring my John Deere tractor, can I use it on the golf cart trails where I want to go? Now, my response is no. But maintenance people drive their lawnmowers up and down the golf cart trail all the time. So I don't really know.
Yeah. Brett says no yard sales. Oh, honey, there's yard sales everywhere here. I mean, you look in the paper, there's estate sales and yard sales. And Deb and I used to hit every Wednesday when we would go out to lunch, we would start early and hit the yard sales first. Because the estate sales start on Wednesday, most of them.
Or and just drive around a neighborhood until you find something sitting at the end of somebody's driveway and just take it. That's what they do.
Yeah, and I've got stuff in my garage waiting for somebody to come pick it up now. Because, I don't want to do the garage sale thing anymore. It's a lot of work.
Just drag it out there at the end of the street. Put a sign that says free.
I know, but it's a lot of work to do the garage sale thing. And
we could have threw it in the back of his golf cart.
No. And I think I'm going to have to.
Years ago, I remember doing that. I think it was Jim Mittendorf. You didn't like Jim. He was kind of a funny guy. A little mental, yes, but he was a funny guy. He came out to my farm for something. I forget what it was, and he was talking to the boys or something. I had some stuff in the barn I wanted to get rid of, and so without him knowing it, I put it in the back of his pickup truck, and he took it away.
Stephen, Mr. Perfect Peterson says, thanks, Skip. My son is on the spectrum. He is 22. Can he live with me and his mother in the villages? Yes, sir, he can.
Yep.
Yes.
Actually, technically, legally, even though it's a 55 plus park and there's sometimes some rules about that, but if he hits it right, a 19-year-old kid can buy a home here in the villages and live here full time. Technically.
Yeah. But yes, you can, and I said, because they do make allowances for that here. Patrick says we like Sue and tolerate Skip. Patrick says we like Sue and tolerate Skip.
Oh, that's pretty much how it goes. Or they like Buddy and they like Sue, but I just happen to be here.
Well, I said, you can hear Buddy in there. He's having fits. Desmindy says there's a Gators in Spanish Springs and Lake Sumter Landing. Yes, they're different, though. They're not the same owners.
Yeah, one of them's called Gators Dockside. And the one down here at Brownwood, I think, is just called Gators.
I'm not with.
I get
sure
it mixed
which
up
one,
myself. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And they also have one in Spanish Springs, a Gators, something. Maybe that's the Gators Dockside.
Yeah, but I know the one in Lake Sumter had a different menu. The one in Brownwood, and I think probably the one in Spanish Springs was
Well,
the
the
same
one
way.
at Lake Sumter is where we got actual alligator
Yes.
tail, the
Yes.
white meat, and they call it gator bits or gator bites.
Gator bites, yeah.
Because our granddaughter wanted to eat alligator.
Yeah.
And that's the only place, and the one down here in Brownwood, as far as I know, they don't serve gator tail or gator bites.
Yes.
But their food down there is really good. Whenever people want to meet and ask us some questions or talk to us a little bit, if they don't know where to go, I always recommend some of the places. I always try to find out where they're staying and try to get someplace close to them if I can, because I know where the quieter places are. Gators is quiet. You go to Cody's. I like Cody's. You can't go there and have a conversation with anybody. They got a band outside sometimes. It's just noisy.
Yeah.
You can't really. Now, Evans Prairie's not bad. Inside can get noisy, but we always sit outside because outside always seems quieter. And to people that come down to visit the villages, I guess my thought would be, why would you not want to sit outside? We sit outside all the time when we go to restaurants because in Indiana we were stuck inside in the winter all the time. So the idea of coming down here and having Christmas dinner and sitting outside is, to us, is a no-brainer.
Oh yeah, yeah. RMA JMLS says, when are you going live with Ira?
When am I what?
Going live with Ira?
I don't know why.
Well, somebody had said something on Discord about Ira said we owe him dinner and he wanted us to come on.
I tried to buy him dinner a year ago, and here we are a year later, and he still hasn't got. Every time I talk to him, he says, well, I have to get together with my wife, and I'll get back to you. And he doesn't get back to me, so I just give up.
Well, whoever it was said they'd watched him and he wanted us on his podcast and to go to dinner. So
His podcast.
yes, that's what it said.
I didn't know he had a podcast.
Well, you know what he does. And I
Well,
said,
podcast and having a video talking ain't a podcast. Well, they call it whatever they want.
Yeah.
I don't know what I could bring to the table. I mean, I am what I am, and I think if I go on Ira's show, I'll just embarrass him. I'll say something stupid,
I
just
don't think
embarrass
so.
him. I think the last time I was on his show, I brought a bunch of stuff and I made him play a game and gave some free stuff away. Then I handed it to Ira and said, here, you mail it to him,
Yeah.
So I think I just get on the show and I just turn it into a mess.
Patrick Dowling says hi from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Well, hi, we haven't seen you in a while.
Barbara says Moultrie Creek prices are $400K and up. That's pretty much how it is everywhere. South of 466A, I'll say. I don't know about north of it, but I'm going to say probably at least to Lake Sumter is $400K for the average 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. That's not the average price for a patio villa. It's not the average price for a courtyard villa. But for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, depending on what model, would be $400 and up.
Yeah.
I mean, ours is worth over $400 right now. Next year, if we go into a depression, my house could be worth squat.
Yeah. Jackie Van Auken says, Sue, you are all bundled up. Are you okay? Well, I'm not too much bundled up, honey. This is a gauze shirt, so it's very, very flimsy. And I've got another shirt on underneath it, but I don't think I'm bundled up. But it's warm here, so no, I'm not cold.
You wearing panties? That's what girls always do up north. I remember when I went to school, girls wore dresses. And I remember them saying that it was a hot day. I didn't wear panties because it airs you out.
Oh, for God's sake.
What?
Well, okay.
Oh, like you never heard that before.
I never did.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'd be on Ira's show. I'd say something like that. And that'd just blow the whole theme of his show.
Oh, well. And Barbara wants to know, without being too personal, how's Linda and her husband doing? He's having a hard time right now, honey, but, we haven't got an update here late, but like I said, he's just having a hard time. They were actually going to start back April 18th, and then he wasn't well, and they couldn't leave yet. So I'm hoping that he's tip-top soon, and they'll be able to make their way back here, because I think they're pretty isolated on that mountain they're at, and it would be good for both of them. I hate it that she's up there on the mountain, and like I told her, I wish there was something we could do for her up there, and there just isn't. Judy and I both would love to be able to help her, and there's just not a whole lot we can do here. Let's see. Steven Zelinsky says, hi, Skip and Sue. Well, hi, Steven. Says, I have American Family Insurance here in Wisconsin, and I just got a letter from them saying if I get wind or hail damage to my roof, I now have a $2,000 deductible. Wow. That's just a $2,000 deductible all at once?
See, here's another thing that I don't understand. When you sign papers for insurance on your house, that's a legal contract. And usually it's renewed like every year, like you get insurance every year. So the contract gets renewed every year. In the middle of that contract, they can't make changes legally,
Yeah.
not without your consent. But if you paid for it for the year, I'm not sure how that would go in court and to say, well, I bought this and 6 months into it, they changed it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I know they're really getting funny about paying people. I mean, they want to make money.
That's because they don't have any money.
Well,
They've
yeah.
blown it.
But yeah, especially if it wasn't at the end of your contract and they decide to do that, I'd be looking for somebody else. I really would, because I've not heard of that.
Well, they make up stuff, just like my dental thing. I had dental insurance with the insurance I've got down here, and then I'll go up there to get some work done, and they denied my claim. And the reason we denied it, they said, is because you have to get pre-approved for this. Nobody ever told me I got to get pre-approved for it. And what they said I got to get pre-approved for, you really can't get pre-approved for that. So we called the dentist. They said they already filed whatever they filed. They're contesting it. Well, I got to go to the dentist tomorrow and find out. I got to get my permanent crowns put in, and then find out exactly what they're doing, how they're going to do it, because I'm not going to get a $10,000 dental bill and get denied by everything. So I'll tell them this is it until we get it straightened out.
Yeah. Elizabeth Snook says, hi, Sue and Skip. My husband, Stephen, is now a fan. Well, welcome, Stephen. Sister Ann and I were in Atwood for lifestyle visit in mid-April, planning on vacationing with husband, Stephen, and Sister Ann next April. Well, come on down. Next April will be, I said, be beautiful.
They still got lifestyle business at Atwood? I thought they sold all them.
I think they've kept a couple, but I think they've moved most of the lifestyle visits down to the south, but that's where she was at. So they'll be down here next April. Oh, Frank Lowe says, hi, Skip and Sue and Buddy. Yeah, Frank, can you hear Buddy in there? He's having fits.
I don't hear him at all.
He was. Denise Havity said, hi, Sue and Skip, beautiful weather in Michigan. Yeah, I know you guys are getting a really good weather for the 1st of May. And I know it's not bad weather usually at 1st of May, but usually not up to 80. So that's good. Oh, and Ann thinks the sign looks cute along with the pretty flowers. Well, thank you, Ann. Yeah,
I just got a thing from Phil B saying the electric trike was $1,500, and he's going to give it away free on Discord.
I want it.
I think that's what it said.
I don't think he's giving it away free, but
I thought that's what it said. I could be wrong.
okay.
You guys may want to check this on Discord, but if you're not a Discord member, which is absolutely free, by the way, kinda. It's really not. You got to buy a membership to be on Patreon, and then you get the free Discord link,
Yeah.
But still, you can get on Patreon for $2.
Yeah.
I mean, $2 don't break anybody up. I think cigarettes cost more than that for one cigarette
I don't
nowadays.
have any idea now, but oh, and Ann, yeah, Robin made this beautiful sign for us. She's from Oklahoma, and the flowers, those are mine. These aren't plastic. That yellow one hanging up over there, that's plastic. And I said that's for I've got a couple plastic for places that doesn't get water, so that way they still look nice. Wrestler says, yes, Ira actually does do a podcast now. He also videos it so he can show it on YouTube as well. It is a good podcast in his opinion. Wrestler says
Is it
that.
interesting or boring?
I don't know. He just says it's a good podcast in his opinion.
Well, it's just like any video. I put up videos I don't anymore. I've just about give up videos for YouTube. But you do a video 1 week and it's great. You get 20,000 views in just a short period of time. Very next week you put up a video and you get 500. Nobody watches it. So it's weird.
Yeah. Janet Batika says, Skip, that's right about the planting. I grew up on a crop farm. No. Yeah, he pretty much knows a lot about planting. And that's it, because what he didn't plant himself, he worked for other farmers.
That's how I got a lot of my grain for the hogs and cattle that we fed out for, and I know you vegetarians hate it, but we sold them per slaughter. Amge's Meat Company, actually. And I would work for some of these farmers and haul their grain to the elevator, so instead of charging them 15 cents a bushel to haul their grain to the elevator, I would work it out to where I'll haul your grain for 5,000 bushels of corn. And then I'd put it in grain bank that I could use whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
It worked out for me, it worked out for them.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of people that don't farm don't know about the grain bank and that kind of thing. So.
Oh. Well, grain bank at a co-op is kind of like money at a bank. Think of the co-op as a bank for farmers, but it's a bank of grain. So I can say I want 1,000 bushels, put it in grain bank. So I have this card, this ticket that shows I got 1,000 bushels in grain bank. Of course, they got it on their computers too. And then anytime I go up there and I'm going to have some ground feed made up for, say, the hogs, and I say they have to use 100 bushel of corn to mix in with other stuff to make this for the hogs. Well, the corn comes out of my grain bank and it's absolutely free because it's mine. I'd have to pay for the additives to go in it, but other than that, that's how it works.
Yeah. Marie Merwick said, we are going on the Model Center tour from Sawgrass. Their bonds are at least 40,000. We changed our mind and now looking for a resale. Yeah, you can get some good deals
Say that
in the
again,
resales.
about Moultrie?
They're going on the bus tour to the Model Center.
Oh, okay.
And
45,000. I mean, I've
the
heard,
bonds are at least 40,000.
I've heard that the bonds, I don't even know where they start, but 40's been around for a long time. Now I'm hearing they're pushing 50. Where all that is, I don't know. I can't imagine a bond being 50 on a patio villa at all.
Yeah.
But I've heard this rumor.
Yeah. BX Staff Home says, you need to save your pennies. It will become cost prohibitive to insure your home in Florida, the villages. Yeah, I think the way they're going, if they don't do something before long, it will be. And I know that they don't want to lose the tourist dollars that they get here. So, yeah, they're going to have to do something to rein them in because it's not plausible for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that have houses on the coast, especially. We're not as bad here because we're kind of in the center of the state. But people that have houses on the coast, they're having to sell their properties because they can't pay for the insurance, and that's sad, you know. And like
Well,
I said,
not
that ruins
necessarily
their,
they can't pay for it. A lot of insurance companies are saying we don't insure homes on the coast anymore
right.
because of hurricanes. They just won't do it.
And like I said, that's sad because I said, you know, this state runs on tourism practically, so that loses
Two
a lot
things this
of
state really runs
properties.
on is tourism and retirees. This is a whole town here that exists because of retirees.
Right.
So Sumter County has really profited from retirees. So if they start digging into our pockets enough to the point where we can't insure our homes the way that we would like to have them properly insured, the retirees will not come down here anymore, and the house prices here will plummet because nobody's going to want to buy them.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ford guy.
Mathematics, kids.
Okay. Say, Restoration says, hi Brett, thanks for interacting on the chat, but Skip does request we not get into politics or religion just to keep the chat cordial. Thanks.
I don't. I think, because it doesn't make a difference what I say. You're going to do what you want to do anyway. So if I say one thing, half of you out there is going to argue about it. It's just, that's the way it is. No matter what I say, no matter how right I am, Sue is always going to tell me how wrong I am.
That's right. That's right. So we don't discuss those kind of things, you know, we keep those somewhere
We're going to
else.
walk into there and she's going to vote her way, I'm going to vote my way, and then when I walk down the street, I'm going to make some smart ass comment like, well, I guess I just canceled out your vote.
Okay. Didn't have to worry about that for 50 years. This Mindy says, sometimes a video from Skip comes up that I get a notification for, and I look at it, and it says it's from 2 or 3 years ago.
I don't know. I don't have it. That's YouTube. I have no control over that.
Yeah, we've got 8 years of videos on. So, you know, if one should happen to come up, I don't know why that they would give you a heads up on that, other than, I mean, we appreciate it because it gets to show it again, because a lot of people won't go through the archives and look at old stuff.
My archives really isn't that good. The porch setting, I put them on there, okay. The news is okay. But on some of the other archives, I've been through them several times and tried to rearrange them. Some of them get, like the one that says, I think, fun things. That's a mixture of a lot of crap that I didn't know where else to put it.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm up to 8 followers on Facebook on the Two Forks Up. We haven't done too far except for what, 2 years now? And I think I only had one video on there because I couldn't figure out, I'm not technical like he is. I couldn't figure out how to work everything. So I only had that one video on there.
Usually in order to put anything on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram, which I don't do Facebook anymore, but I do Instagram and TikTok. I know TikTok's controversial right now, but what I put on there is a way of getting to bring them to the YouTube channel. There's nothing else that I do on there. But you have to download the video on your phone or on your computer, whatever you're using, but I'd say phone. Once it's on the phone, then you can go to a place like Facebook, and where the download thing is, you hit that, and then it'll say something about, I forget what they're called now, but then when you hit that button, it goes to your phone archives. Then you just tap one time on the video, and it will automatically download it to Facebook.
Okay.
It's really self-explanatory. Once you get started, first thing you got to do is put it on the phone. Then go to Facebook, and then hit where you put the video, and then you'll see that it'll have a thing there saying upload or something like that. That's what you want to hit.
Oh my goodness. Tammy Ferguson. She said she just got her new property tax appraisal, and they have doubled it. Said the government officials have lost their minds. The Washington County tax assessor is up for election, and he just lost 2 votes. Yeah, double. Wow. That's a lot.
Well, I'm waiting for our taxes to go up a lot, because the last time we got appraised for taxes, my house was probably worth about 250, 275-ish in that area. Now the house can sell for about 425. And so, you got to ask yourself, 425? Why am I paying taxes on a $275,000 house if it's worth $425? And I'm not putting any ideas in their head. I'm sure those commissioners over there has tried to figure out a way of screwing us anyway. And then the other thing is this: the price of everything's went up. I don't know what it would cost to rebuild this house.
Yeah, that's true.
I bought it for $221, to be honest with you. So it apparently costs less than that to build this damn thing.
Yeah.
Well, plus the property. So I own the property, but technically I don't own the house, right?
Now, Wrestler's explaining this. He says that
this is coming from Fetterman territory. You've seen that nutball.
Wrestler says the notification is from his community tab of his YouTube page.
Oh.
Most people have not seen the older videos, but they are still relevant. His page manager schedules those notifications.
From his community page?
Yours.
Oh yeah, Wrestler's been putting.
And your manager schedules those.
Wrestler's my channel manager.
Yeah.
And he puts things on the community page, and
if they're still relevant, he's been putting them up.
Yeah, he moves things around and stuff. So that's, you yell at him.
No, thank you, Wrestler. Oh goodness. Desmond said, "Okay, thanks, Wrestler. That makes sense now. I was wondering what was up with that." So. Yeah, Rizzo says, I think he's paying his page manager too much. That ain't happening. You know how tight he is. No. Yeah, JB says because she's always right, it's a female thing. Yeah, that's right. You ever watch Scooter on the Square? And he always does that. That they always go left.
No, right.
No, they always go left because the women are always right.
No, we always start off, I forget how he does it, but it's something like that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Kay Lang has a question here.
By the way, anybody that goes down to see Scooter, we got that from him directly when he was a guest on my show, that you're supposed to go up to the stage and you holler, "Scooter, you suck," real loud. And when you do that, tell him I told you to.
Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that.
Yeah, I think Kevin said he did it.
Yeah.
And who else was it said they went down there and done that?
Oh, I don't know.
I forget who it was, but somebody else said they done it.
Kay Lang says, "Hi, Skip and Sue. Do you know when Middleton will be completed? Is Middleton where the schools and working families will live? It just looks to be wild."
They're arguing now. It's on the news. I'm not going to report it because I don't like the idea of children living here full time to start with. But they're arguing about crossing street guards, and I'm not sure who's supposed to pay for them if they do it. But the commissioners over in Wildwood has denied it twice, I think now. But they're not going to give up on that. There's some kind of an argument about crossing street guards for the kids.
Yeah, and it is where the schools and the working families are. It's Middleton. It's a community next to the villages, but it's built by the villages. Okay. So it looks a while before completion. How is the area supported money-wise? Well, I said it is a village community, but it's not.
They got amenity fees just like everybody else does.
Yeah.
You know,
And I said we've got other
Yeah.
family parks here.
they got bonds. They got everything just like here. It's just that they're not part of the villages. In other words, you're not going to be able to go to, I don't think, the rec centers. You're not going to be able to go to our swimming pools. You have your own down there. It's just a kind of a private little area for Middleton.
And we do have some family parks here that are,
Yeah, it's not the only one.
yeah, it's not the only one. It's the only new one. TJC says, Chip, what do you think?
Chip.
That's what it says. It says, what do you think about the new
Well, let's
electric?
back this up. First of all, my name ain't Chip.
Yeah, it says, what do you think about the new electric lithium carts?
Well, listen, lithium batteries to me is really it's a discussion in itself. Lithium batteries are great for a lot of things, but the destruction that the chemicals in lithium does to the planet and everything, I'm not a fan of it. Can I do anything about it? No, I'm not God. And it's going to keep on going. We're not going to stop it. I think lithium battery in a cart is a great thing because they last for so long. We had them in our motorhome before I had them taken out because I thought they was a big pain in my ass. But I will say, while they were in there and everything was working right, we didn't have to do anything. We didn't have to start up anything. No generator, no nothing. And they lasted quite a while.
Yeah.
I got 2 lithium batteries in here, the portable power stations. And I'm going to put them in the motorhome next time, and I'm going to take them with me. I'm going to use them. Electric carts, that's my problem, is I'm not a fan of electric carts. I understand, Sue loved it.
I did.
They're quiet. You don't have to do anything. Just plug them in, basically, and charge them up.
No smell. No gas smell.
And the atomic carts has got a little bit going for them, is they got air conditioning. How it works, I don't know, but they have so-called air conditioning. Mm-hmm. But on a golf course, if you're going to go on a golf course, those has got to be a real pain in the ass. They got doors on them, and you got to open the door to get out, hit the ball, put your club up, open the door, get back in, go up to open the door, get out, hit the ball. My good God, that's got to, I wouldn't want to do that. That's just me. I wouldn't want to do it. And also, you can't really set the speed on them. Like this guy, if they come out of the factory doing 15 mile an hour, unless you know how to play with them, you're stuck at 15 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And people will get really frustrated with you, especially in the wintertime. So that'd be my thing. Find out if they go at least 19 to 20 mile an hour. If they do that, then I'd say you'd probably be okay. But you got to remember also, though, that those batteries and everything in there, they don't last forever. And lithium batteries, you can't use a regular battery charger on a lithium battery. So I don't know what comes with them cars to charge the lithium batteries up.
And the batteries are very expensive.
And they are expensive.
So when you have to replace them, and some of these cars have how many batteries? I mean, some of them have 6, 8 batteries.
I don't know about those new atomic cars, how many batteries and they might have an oddball, and my guess is it'll be an oddball battery. It'll be a battery like this big. One battery sits in there under the seat, and it'll do everything. So if you need to change that battery, you better check prices. I mean, if somebody was to tell me that battery was $3,000 to $4,000, I'd believe them.
Oh yeah.
Because the lithium batteries from Battleborn for the RV, I think a 300 amp hour battery, one 300 amp hour battery, I think was around $600, and that's a battery about the size of your car battery. And for my camper, I thought I'd like to have 2, maybe 3 of them. And that doesn't include all the other stuff you got to have, the amp chargers, the weather stuff. So it's the maintenance that would worry me more than anything. 5 years from now, when something breaks and I take it in to get it serviced, what's it going to cost? Who's going to service it?
Now in a few years, when this electric thing gets a little bit more prevalent, so people know this kind of stuff, then it won't be a big deal. But right now, there's a lot of ifs, you know.
But I will say, as long as everything's working like it's supposed to be on them atomic carts, it sounds like a pretty good thing. We got a couple of them in our neighborhood. I see them go by. They look good.
Oh yeah, that bright
But
green one. Isn't that
it's the speed. That's the thing. You got to have that 18, 19, 20 mile an hour speed. You may say you don't really need it. You're retired. What are you in a hurry for? Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to. He just got done telling you. The guy that was here, his cart goes 13 mile an hour, and he's here visiting, and he'd been harassed already.
Yeah.
You don't want a 13 mile an hour cart here.
Kyle Reed says, "Hi, Skip and Sue. I learned about the villages by living on a 175-acre farm in Weirsdale, Florida, on Highway 42.
Weirsdale.
Now I'm on a Ohio farm in Wellington. Farming is my favorite occupation."
I liked it.
You know, it's a beautiful area. I mean, Ohio, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, that's a beautiful area for farming up there. It really is.
I like farming, especially with the newer tractors they got nowadays. I had one old John Deere 60. I used it for cutting hay. That kind of reminded me when I was a kid of what farming was, you know. You went out and you were exposed to all the elements, the dirt, the dust. You breathed it in. You got sunburnt, you know. Nowadays, it's a John Deere tractor with GPS on it and air conditioning. And, you know, I'm looking at that going, that ain't really farming, you know.
Oh, well. Let's see. Well, you're welcome, Brian. We loved having you. Oh, William Rizzo says he's done it and Scooter agreed with me. So he's went down and hollered, "You suck."
I'm going to, if next time I see him, I'm going to do that.
Well, John Keller says, "We always start with the right foot because women are always right."
I know, something like that. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, Julie. Hi, Julie. Happy birthday, honey. It's in a couple days, but happy birthday anyhow.
Julie's birthday?
Yeah, her birthday is in a couple days.
Julie, you coming down? I always ask her that, and she gets mad when I do that. She goes, "I keep telling you, it's not up to me. It's up to, you know, and I don't know if we can afford it right now."
Well,
Last time I got her, I says, "I'll buy you a plane ticket. I'll buy it. Just tell him to take you to the airport and dump you out. I'll pick you up."
Bless your heart. Okay. Rizzo says they come with a lithium charger. No.
Okay.
All right. He also says, "I upgraded my cart. I saved 399 pounds in weight and now only have one 48-volt battery, so now I have extra storage under the seat." Okay.
148-volt battery? I can't relate to a lithium 48-volt battery to we had 8 6-volt batteries back in the day when Parkar was the #1 electric cart. And 8 6-volt batteries, and we could go approximately, without headlights being on, I think it was like 65 miles.
Something like that.
It was enough for us at the time.
Yeah.
But as big as the village is now, I don't think that would suffice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Except for shopping. I wouldn't want to live in Spanish Springs and say I'm going to go to Brown or to Finney.
I know where the electric chargers are. So it wouldn't be a problem for me.
For golf carts?
Yes.
Where's your electric chargers for golf
The
carts?
hospital. The hospital has one.
That's for Teslas and stuff. That's not for a golf
Oh,
cart.
you didn't say it was for Teslas. Oh,
The
I didn't
plug,
go take a
the
good...
plug you get has to be able to plug in there.
I know, but
the
it
plug you
didn't
got for
say-
a golf cart is not going to plug in there.
Well, like I said, it didn't say Teslas on it. But anyhow.
Right? Once again, wrong.
We'll go look. Mr. Marlin says 80 degrees in Monticello, Illinois today. I'm so happy. 10 degrees more and I would be in heaven. Well, it's not. I'm glad it finally got warm. I know, in a month from now I'm going to be saying, is it ever going to cool off? But this year it just seemed like y'all know I go out early in the morning when I walk. And when I go out early in the
The sun
morning,
has to be up.
I've had my gloves on
Have to
until
be able to
last
see.
week.
She is forbidden to walk in the dark.
Yeah, I do what I want, but I had my gloves on until last week. I mean, it was that chilly in the morning. It was still, I think a couple days, the 2 days last week was still in the 50s. So I didn't think it was ever going to warm up, but it seemed like it has finally warmed up. So, but no, okay. Yes. yes, keep the politics out of port setting, and politics and religion. There's no win there for anybody. So, Wrestler says sodium-ion batteries are coming out now to replace smaller capacity lithium-ion batteries. Is expected to start taking over larger capacity batteries within next 10 years. Same charging system as lithium. Well, that's what I said. When it gets to be a bigger deal, this really kind of started with all this, and so it will eventually, I said, be second nature for everybody. But somebody like me, I'm not technical. I liked the electric cart because I said there was no smell and it was quiet. I didn't have to listen to that roar that you get from the gas carts, and so I really liked mine. But I know what happens when the batteries go. They go like that. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, there's my baby. He's been in there yelping. Yes, he's been in there yelping, haven't you, baby? Now he wanted to come out and see y'all. And
Don't you jump.
he's been a pill. He was up all night. His teeth is hurting him, I think.
I know what he wants. He's going to go where to you.
Yeah, he's going to come into mommy. Yes. Yeah, his teeth was hurting him all night, and so he was a fussing all night long. Yeah. But he's a good baby, other than that. So, all right. Yes, the star of the show is Buddy. I have been tempted to do, take my phone and follow him around with my phone, because you guys would laugh. You would die laughing if you see some of the stuff he does. Coming down the street the other day, there was a palm frond that fell out of a tree. And it was about as long as my leg. And Buddy decides he's going to carry it with him. And he picks that thing up and he's carrying it down the street. And he has to stop every once in a while and take a breath because the thing is so big.
Come on.
You want to get down?
Come on. Come here.
Yeah, he has to stop every once in a while and take a breath. But like I said, he insisted on carrying that thing down the street. And it was the funniest thing. I really wished I had my phone with me so I took pictures for you guys. But he's getting better. Saturday he starts charm school. So hopefully we'll get and really the only problem we have with him is jumping on people. He loves
Says he
everybody.
enjoyed our visit. Thanks for the hospitality. His name is Brian.
I know who it is.
Oh,
He didn't want,
well, everybody was asking.
like I said, he didn't want to really, and unless I knew who it was.
I won't tell him your name's Brian. I'll keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Tell us, where did you go have lunch? Did you go to Gators? Mm-hmm. I'll tell you a little sandwich shop down there, unless you want a beer, because they don't serve any alcohol, unless they just started, because they never did. The sandwich shop, they got them in Indianapolis too. We went there. We've been there several times. The sandwich
McAllister's.
shop. McAllister's. Pretty good sandwich.
Oh yeah.
I like their broccoli soup.
Vic Medeiros is down in Claremont to get an MRI, eating lunch first. Is there anything good around Claremont? Nice place to eat, Vic? I don't remember a whole lot about Claremont, truthfully. I've been through there a couple times, but I don't remember a whole lot about it.
He's getting an MRI, so I think lunch is probably the last thing he's thinking of.
He just said they're getting lunch first.
Oh, yeah. Anytime I have to travel somewhere, that's the only thing I think about. Where am I going to eat?
Yeah. Well, I said, you get your teeth done tomorrow. Where are you going to eat?
Probably nothing, because it'll probably be sore, so I'm probably not going to do anything.
Phil says they're eating koyami like we were at a Chinese buffet.
Koreami.
Yes.
Didn't we eat at a koreami somewhere? That name sounds familiar.
Yes, that was your favorite up in Spanish Springs, koyami.
They're not there anymore.
They are. It's different owners now.
Well, it's not the same people.
No, it's not the same people.
Usually
but
when people change, the food changes.
Well, they just bought another restaurant, and so far they said, that the restaurant's still pretty good. Yeah, wrestler. Buddy's going to charm school and Skip going with him. Might be a good idea. Well, if they'd have made me a deal, Andy S. is looking forward to visiting TV next winter so I could go to Foxtail Coffee. I've only been in...
Yes, Mindy, you're wrong. Says you cannot raise your taxes in Florida more than 3% of your homestead. Not true. They raised them here one year overnight, and that's what started all this controversial stuff, 25%. And people was just in arms about it.
Yeah.
And that's how, what's his name, Orrin Miller, he run for election. We voted him in, voted the other guy out that did all of this. And as soon as Orrin Miller got in, somehow there was a scandal there. He ended up going to jail. It's just been a mess. And now they have lowered the taxes a couple of times since then. But the 3% thing, if that's the law, then Sumter County Commissioners, what? If that's the law, Sumter County Commissioners broke it.
Well, and like I said, it actually didn't go to 25. They proposed that, and it didn't happen.
What are you doing?
But, prime burger at Miller's Ale House. Okay. And Foxtail Coffee, Andy, I was there once, and if it's the same, I don't know if it's the same place or not. No, the one at the hospital is a standard, isn't it? I don't think I've been to Foxtail then. Is that a pretty good coffee place? I mean, I was always a big Starbucks person. I always did the latte. I don't do the regular coffee. It was just too strong for me, but always loved a good latte. And I don't, like I said, I don't think I've been to Foxtail. I might have to check it out. That's the new one that they just put in Laurel Manor, I think. Yeah, in Laurel Manor Plaza, they just opened a new Foxtail there. Yeah. But I'm going to have to try it. I don't do much coffee out anymore.
What are you doing?
Don't know why, I just don't go that much anymore. As it seems like anymore, all I go is the doctors and grocery. That's all the farther I get. Yeah. I miss Deb. We've seen an advertisement. They've got a company here now that does a thrifty bus tour. It's called a party bus, thrifty party bus tour. And they had one going May 30th. And we were both interested in it because that's one thing she misses down there where she's at. She misses all the thrifting that we used to do. And
where's the Foxtail Coffee?
The new one just opened in Laurel Manor.
Inside the rec center?
No. There's a plaza there. It's got doctor's offices behind the rec center.
Well, I know where the plaza is. I didn't know there was a coffee shop there.
They just opened it this last week.
What makes them any better?
I don't know.
Just a matter of opinion?
Yeah.
Because I know that down in Orlando area, Joffrey's is a big name. Joffrey's Coffee. They're even in Disney World.
Oh, okay. What was the one that was in Celebration that we used to go to?
Starbucks.
No. It wasn't a Starbucks.
Yeah, it was. Over in the corner, had an outside seating area. That's a Starbucks. You eat Starbucks today.
Well, it didn't start out as a Starbucks.
Yeah,
I know that.
Oh no, it started out as something else. I forget now, but then Starbucks took it over and it's still there.
Yeah.
And up north we were at where we run into Caribou. Caribou Coffee's up there.
This Mindy says there's a Foxtail on the corner of 466 and Buena Vista. Oh yeah, that's right next to Sprouts, that little shopping area that they put there. They put one in.
Never heard of it.
Well, and I said, yeah, I've not been in it though. Rester says, Sue, do you guys still do meet and greets? How about with us vegans? I bet Skip knows all the great vegan places he could take us to.
Yeah.
Hey, I found
leave it to me.
The best places I've found is the Mexican restaurants. They do a great vegan fajita, and I don't ever do the shells or whatever. But I just love the vegan fajitas and the no-fat refried beans. If there is such a thing, unless I can buy it in the can, I really like it. But that's one of my favorite meals, truthfully.
I like tamales.
Yeah. Well, and the place down here in Brownwood, it's
that Mexican place?
No, there's a place down there that has the bowls, the poke, Island Fin poke bowls.
It's called poke.
No, it's poke.
Poke.
It's poke.
This is America. It's
well,
poke.
That might be what you call it, because you didn't know any difference.
Hey, just because you put that little up there doesn't make it A. It's poke.
Anyhow, they've got vegan bowls now that they have up there. They have a fake tuna, I think. But yeah, it's got a lot of good vegan options in there. And I don't know, maybe I missed something. So
he called me yesterday about doing blood work, and I told him, I said, I told you what I told him. Mm-hmm. He said, well, how about the last week of September? We'll set that up. My doctor's appointment, I guess, is October 1st. And I said, that's fine. That's fine with me. And he says, what time do you want to do it? He said, how about 7:30 in the morning? I said, in the morning? I said, there's no way. I'm not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to have a 7:30 in the morning thing. I said, I got to be in the afternoon. He said, okay. He said, how about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Anywhere in there? I said, yeah. I said, wait a minute. I can't eat before. He said, that's right. I said, oh, no. I said, make me earlier in the morning because I got to have my coffee. So he said, well, what time do you want? He said, 7:30. I said, no, that's too early. That's not going to happen. So he said, how about whatever he said, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something. I said, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's going to be rough, but.
Okay, John Romanek says, Vic, are you allowed to eat before an MRI? And Vic says, as long as you don't swallow the silverware. And then he says there's a foxtail in Magnolia Plaza. He said he wasn't impressed.
Magnolia Plaza.
Finney.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where they have the barbecue place down there?
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't impressed about that place either.
Okay. Let's see.
Quiet.
Andy asks, meat for me and Mission Barbecue. You know, I wasn't. Of course, I don't eat meat, but I was really impressed with what they do at noon, and everybody stands up and does the Pledge of Allegiance or something. But they're very big on the veterans and what they do for the veterans, and that's the only reason I would go to Mission Barbecue, actually. And Deb and I went there once, and they had good. Had good beans.
Well, the big thing about it, it's nothing against Mission Barbecue. Neither one of us are really barbecue fans.
Yeah, we're just not barbecue fans.
I like barbecued ribs.
Yeah.
Lightly barbecued ribs. That's about it.
Yeah. Now I do like the pulled pork sandwiches. But like
I can eat them, but I'm not a fan of them.
Yeah, well, I don't eat that stuff anymore, so I don't hardly
Last
go to
pulled
those
pork
places,
I think I got was at Bucky's.
Oh, yeah.
We went in there.
Oh, yeah, they were the best.
And they were pretty good.
Really, really good.
But
they had the biggest buns.
I wouldn't want to eat one every day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, we got a few minutes, so we guess we better get done with the list here. So if y'all looking for something to do this weekend,
come by the house, we'll drink beer.
On Sunday. On Sunday is the Cinco de Mayo Festival in Spanish Springs. And they've got from 5 to 9 on Sunday. And it's food vendors and entertainment, Latin Ambition Band, Mariachi Band, Stilt Walkers, Hispanic folklore dancers, and Clown Alley 179. So that's all Sunday. In Sawgrass Grove are having something for Cinco de Mayo from 5 to 9. It's entertainment and special food and drink, and the Society Band. Also, FMK Restaurants for Cinco de Mayo is having specials, and that's for all their country club restaurants, the Belglade, Bonifay, Evans Prairie, and Orange Blossom. They've got $5 margaritas, chicken enchiladas, and nacho specials, and live entertainment from 4 to 7. Wow. In Tequila Cantina, which is over in Southern Trace, they have happy hour all day with $5.50 margaritas and beer for $2.50. Fiesta Grande in Brownwood has have specials on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Hey.
May 4th, which
Leave
is
that alone.
Saturday,
Leave that alone.
is the Kentucky Derby dance party at Everglades from 6 to 8:30. It's $10 per person and bring your own booze. Friday is the Hurricane Expo at Savannah from 10 to 2. And they asked that anybody bring canned food for the food pantries. You don't have to, it's free to come in, but they asked if you would bring something to add to the food pantry. And the Price is Right live is May 2nd, that's tomorrow, right? Yeah. At the Sharon at 7 o'clock. They still had tickets available, and the tickets were starting at $56.50 and up. But the Price is Right live, that's got to be a hoot. I've not seen anything like that, but yeah, it looked like it'd be really, really cool. So there you go. There's a few things you can do over the weekend. It looks like Mardi Gras or Cinco de Mayo has it kind of all hooked up. The Derby Festival, like I said, I'm surprised there isn't more of those, and there might be. I just probably haven't got notification of them. All I've seen is the one at Everglades, but I'm
No.
sure some of the restaurants, because I think City Fire, don't they? They usually have something for Derby Day, and you got to wear your hats.
Derby
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
Big Gators Sports Bar.
Well, like I said, they usually have something for that, but I didn't see any notices for anything but the
And
one
usually
at
out to squares
Everglades.
at night, there's always a few groups that show up, like the what they call the ladies with the red hat, purple hat.
Red Hat Society.
Red Hat Society, they do all that kind of weird stuff. They'll show up at a square and they're all dressed up for.
Yeah, but for Derby, that's the thing, is your mint julep
What I'm
and
saying
your
is
big
those
hat.
kind of clubs sponsor that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but like I said,
'Cause I've seen them somewhere where they all showed up with these weird hats at a square.
well, like I said, for Derby Day, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have the ladies with the big hats win.
What does the guys wear?
I have no idea.
Once again, women run this place.
Well, you can go with a big hat if you want.
I think the guys are supposed to dress up kind of like, I don't know, like with bow ties and things.
Well, y'all come looking like a horse. How's that? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, take care, Vic. And Kevin says Fiesta Grande is a great place to eat. It is. We've got some good Mexican restaurants here. We really have. And I said Skip likes Muggy Eyes over in Wildwood.
I like Muggy Eyes, yeah.
It's Las Magueyes. But like I said, Fiesta Grande is good, and they've got two of them, one in Brownwood and one in Colony. The one over in Spanish Springs, Jalisco, and I can't say that right because I know you don't pronounce the J, but it's hard for me to say it that way. But it's pretty good too. It always was. It's been there for years, right there on the corner, and always been very good. And yeah, Rizzo told Kevin he should try Tequila Cantino. Yes, I like Tequila Cantino, and they have a vegetarian menu. Elaine says that Buddy's growing so fast. He is. Now he's staying pretty level. He's 7 pounds and he's staying there right now. He's not gaining any weight right now. So I'm thinking that might be his weight. I'm thinking he might not get too much bigger than that. But somebody told me they go from 8 to 9 months before they actually quit gaining weight. So we'll see. In which 7's just fine with me. That's perfect for me.
He's chasing lizards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Mark. He said thanks for a
Stop it.
fun show this week, and stay well. Well, you too. And enjoy what weather you've got. Like I said, you may have 90 degree, you may have 50 degree, but enjoy the weather you've got, because it's not raining, it's not snowing. It's just beautiful weather. And
Buddy.
Desmindy, she likes Jalisco. And yeah, it's been a good place as long as I can remember. Oh, and yes, the new place that Phil took us to, Campo Azul, is very good also. It's over on 441 in the Terrace Shops, which is across from the Walmart on 441, 27441. And I say it was a very, very good restaurant. I took my ladies' lunch there because I thought it was so good. And we had a good time. So, yes, Buddy needs to eat more Skip's cookies. Buddy doesn't like his cookies that well. I don't know why. You would think he would eat anything, but he's kind of a funny eater.
Actually, kind of a picky eater.
Yeah, he is a funny eater. He doesn't eat until evening, and then if he doesn't like what's in the bowl, he just don't eat. But he gets a lot of treats during the day. When we're out walking and trying to train him or what have you, he gets a lot of treats. So I think that's where he makes up most of it. So, but with that, we've got 4 minutes left. You got anything to add?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Oh, then I'll see you on the news Friday.
yeah.
I'm working on it. It'll be done here shortly.
Yeah.
Actually, when you guys get the news, you guys realize you're getting it late, right? Just so you know. And you can always go to thevillagesnews.com and you can read it every day. I think it's like $25 a year, $35 a year.
I don't
know what it is. I pay for it because I want to get it for you guys, but anyway, it's your choice. Because when I give it to you, it's probably at least anywhere from 3 days to a week late.
Yeah. But it's news you don't find everywhere.
Well, it's just, and I pick it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a week's worth of news that I try to do in a half an hour. So I pick out what I think are kind of the interesting things that happen around here that you don't normally hear. You're damn sure not going to read any of that in the happy paper. You can take it, you can leave it. It's totally up to you. But it is what it is. If you want to not believe any of it, that's totally up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you not to leave your key in a golf cart because it sounds good. I'm telling you because at one time there was a rash of golf cart thieves around here, and they were stealing golf carts right and left everywhere.
Yeah, and then they were taking them and breaking them down.
Yeah, they found one down there close to the Finney area. There was a barn out there, or some guy had a barn, and he was using it as a chop shop for golf carts.
So there was no way to track them down. So.
Yeah, and then he had a website on Facebook Marketplace.
I don't remember.
I think it's Facebook Marketplace. He was putting these golf cart parts on there for sale, and people in the villages, I guess, were buying their own parts back. Brilliant!
Yeah. that bird drives me crazy. So, but anyhow, don't leave your geese in the golf cart, and be well.
But he's
We'll
got
see you next Wednesday.
He's got his idea on this lizard over here in the corner.
Buddy eats fishing worms, and now he's going to eat lizards.
Yeah, Buddy
so.
thinks he's a hunting dog.
See you on the other side.
Thanks to all the moderators. Appreciate that. Whoop, I want to come back. I'll say thanks to all the moderators. Appreciate you coming here and helping out. And thanks to all the Patreon members. Appreciate it. Discord, go there. There was some free stuff on there.
Yeah, okay.